shit in love. Y'all motherfuckers gonna be mad at me. But guess what? I don't give a fuck, bitch. Y'all niggas need help. I'm talking serious help. But I know what y'all niggas need. First you gay bitches. Then you get gang ass niggas next. And you fat church hoes, I got y'all. Gays, bring that ass here. Listen to y'all fuck shit. Goddamn, bitch, you got a fat ass. Wait, stop. Stop looking at my fat ass. Shake down on Instagram with that fat ass. Rat a whole freak bitch with a fat ass. I want a man who loves me past my fat ass. As you send a nude of your fat ass. Trade came through, you happy fat ass. 10-inch crack down in your fat ass. White guts full of nut through your fat ass. He gon' fall in love with this fat ass bitch. Wrong bitch, nigga dipped on your fat ass. Y'all niggas ain't shit, fat ass bitch. And for all you dumb hoes who can't just stay away from the dick. On that dick you must slay, freaky bitch. All I can say is at least get paid, bitch. Suck that dick. If you don't throw that ass back, bitch, make sure that nigga throw a whole bunch of bands for it. Had that nigga dancing pop like I'm Bruno Mars. Bitch, do it like a fucking track star. Ho, make that pussy do a backflip, Gabby Douglas. The only nigga that you really trust is SunTrust. Bitch, pay attention to the motherfucking lesson. Don't be a dumb hoe, bitch, be a rich one. And now for you banging niggas. Yes, you bang and shoot ass niggas. And gang and bang ass niggas. But be out here really banging your niggas on the low though. You hit a niggas. Yes, you caught an op who was sloppy, my nigga. But you got a big problem, my nigga. You were seen by like 15 witnesses. The Assassin's Credo. Hide in plain sight, be one with the crowd. Nigga, your ass ain't do that. Nigga trying to be seen, fucked up off that loud for the ground. But you sipping on it and you popping them perks in that dirty ass room. Probably smell like old twerk cookie wood in that bitch ton of wood in that work. Big bands, blue strips, but you can't brush your teeth, nigga. Then wash your fucking ass, nigga. I mean, really wash your ass, nigga. Soap and water is your friend, nigga. Be gay for 5 minutes, wash your ass crack, nigga. Nigga made it big, real big on some bullshit. Got that foreign whip, 2 foreign bitches on your nigga. Blowing that bag and throwing big bands. All that dumb shit, you still just goddamn musty.
And it's called a stain on the body of Christ. And those homosexual spirits have been angry and they come up against it. You gotta love everybody. Spit out the serpent. You cannot give instruction to God holiness with that much perversion. You as a man will open your mouth and take a man's penis in your face. You are perverted. And you cannot tell me what thus saith the Lord. You're perverted. Because nobody would be thinking that you had AIDS and homosexual men couldn't come out and reveal what you did behind closed doors. Yes. Right. And you have yet to deny it. Come on.
And now for you church hoes. Take my time on you church hoes, bitch. Please, you wish dumb church hoes. Y'all can get this smoke too, bitch. Listen. There's always some bad church bitch talking shit. And at the same time that bitch smell like shit. Yeah, that's why you big mad you can't get no dick. LGBT out here get in it. If you're a faggot, you're going to hell. And if you're a dyke, you're going to hell. And if you're a tranny, you're going to hell. But you're about to gag, you're about to be really big mad. See, after church service, she coming for that bag. Y'all really about to gag, I mean really about to gag. Cause Pastor about to gag on her dick seat. She a fucking top, she blow that nigga head like a motherfucking knock. That's what I call sloppy top. He like to feel that ribby and those titties on his back. Yes, he throw that ass back like a Holy Ghost attack. Coaches clap on the digger like a Sunday church drum. She banging on that nigga ass like a rum bum 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 bum. Get y'all hoes gag, y'all hoes man. She blowing bags. Fun in the sun with the church building money fund.
For the team, Took a bullet for the dream that we would one day all be free. Free from prejudice, free from sexism, free from bigotry. I die for creativity. I die for freedom to be free. I died and left a legacy. Oh, but baby, I still live through technology. The sun will start shining. What is the pain? As is the pain. As is the pain. Just be patient. Your destiny will manifest. Yes,
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everyone? Hello, 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 hello. I hope that all is well on this Saturday evening. Y'all gonna have to forgive me. I am not feeling too good. I feel like I'm coming down with a cold. I did some lawn work yesterday. It was like in the mid 50s. Was sweating and shit. You doing real nigga shit, man shit, you know, as people say. And I think that's what's making me sick, because once the back of my throat starts itching in a particular way, I'm like, oh shit, something finna happen. So my energy about to be real radical right now, okay? And even though I'm not feeling well and I have to go through the whole process of, you know, whatever the fuck this is, I'm still going to put in the work and push through. I think this is a very important time in reference to oppressed groups of people, in regards to the queer community and trans women of color, because people are playing on trans women's tops. They've been doing that for the longest time, and everything must come to an end, good things and bad things. So and we live in the information age, which now we have things to show what's been happening to groups of people. This is something that's been happening for the longest fucking time now. I mean, when it came down to slavery, it was slave diaries of the experiences of those who were oppressed, goddamn it, who lived the shit. So they gonna record their shit. Then you had the radio, where people were able to tell their stories, where you can hear them and listen to the vocal inflections and to decipher where somebody's lying. And when they speak in truth, bitch, especially through the frequency vibrations of words, girl, it will hit your spirit and hold still played in the face. Okay, so then we upgraded to the television, to where not only can you hear it, but you can see it, bitch. 2 of your motherfucking senses is being stimulated right now by what you're seeing, and people still playing on it. Now we have it where we can show anything happening at any motherfucking time, and people still tend to choose to be ignorant, which is actually affecting the lives of other people. But what happens if people started to change the narrative? Let me take this clip out real quick. I should have did this before. Let me make sure ain't nothing in the damn chain. Okay, we good. You hear that? You hear that? You hear that? Hold on, bitch. You hear that? You hear that? What happens when the queer community or the oppressed groups of people start becoming very defensive about their shit. Because as you will see throughout this live, we're going to be using some examples from Mother Maddie, okay? And copyright disclaimer, okay, Mother Maddie, I ain't making no money off of this, okay? This is strictly for educational and non-profit purposes and activism purposes, because our trans sisters are calling for us as same-gender loving men to stand in the gap for them and to protect them and to challenge motherfuckers in spaces where unfortunately a lot of trans women will not be allowed in, at least publicly, because we all know, unfortunately, even though a lot of trans women have said this and even gay men have said it and were able to prove it, a lot of these men will dog you in the daylight and fuck you in the nighttime. So there's even accountability on some of the queer people's part as far as stop trying to trauma bond with motherfuckers who don't care about your humanity. You deserve so much more than to lower your standards for niggas who don't even know how to rise to the occasion in their own life. Okay? So this is going to be like my kind of perspective and kind of to kind of give context and nuance on the situation, and to also do my due deals. Because if I sit here, okay, and I'm silent about what's happening to trans people, I can't be upset and mad when that shit come to me. Because even though there are some sectors in the queer community that want to separate the T and the Q and the I from the LGB, I want you hoes to understand, girl, that the motherfuckers don't see it for all of us, bitch. There is no special ones. There is no chosen ones. There are no token ones, girl. When it comes to the LGBTQ, they're gonna go through the alphabet, but they just starting backwards, bitch. And what the fuck do you think is gonna happen if they were to get rid of the T, the Q, and the I? And I say if, because above whatever these hoes out here saying, regardless of how they interpret shit, that's not even their fucking religion, girl, that's been whitewashed and shit. Okay, let me stop. Ron says, what's going on, Ron? I think it's going to lead to where trans people are going to have to resort to self-defense because these trans folk won't stop targeting them. And I agree. And it seems like that's going to have to be the route, unfortunately. But at this fucking point, when it comes down to queer people, especially trans women of color, it's better to work out all of your motherfucking resources before you get to the last resort. Because when you do that and you get to the last resort, girl, God, source, universe will see justice in your name. Because you did everything you possibly could. You educated people about your shit. You showed them what's been happening to them. You share your experiences. And some of these motherfuckers are so afraid of accountability and they hide behind religion. We about to go there tonight because I'm tired of this shit, bitch. I told you I don't feel good, girl, and I'm in this radical energy. Okay, I'm probably gonna feel better after this, girl, because it's like it's so much shit going on in the world right now that we really need to be paying attention to, and we're over here having conversations because people are jealous about other groups of people who are still choosing to rise and ascend despite what they Bible told them, or better yet, the interpretation of their pastor. Because the pastor is the only one that is the shepherd that can hear from God. Meanwhile, you are, of course, the motherfucking lamb, girl, sent to the fucking slaughterhouse. All right, what's going on, Paul Brantley? So again, shout out to Mother Maddie. We gonna get into the live, y'all. Y'all know this is BubzDaGawd. I kind of take my time, okay? I don't like a rushing shit. Just like sex, I don't want to rush this shit. If your shit that damn good, I don't want to rush this. I'm trying to focus on not catching me a nut, at least not right now. So you want to take your time. But I want to give Maddie and Hope Giselle their flowers first. First of all, I remember watching Mother Maddie back when she was a motherfucking Dude, that bass was slapping, bitch. Dong, 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 dong. It's the big dick, bitch. I'm talking about back in the day when she was driving around, bitch, listening to Destiny's Child, and she was lip syncing like she was chewing bubble gum, bitch. I was crying. I'm talking about back in the day when she was doing adult film work, she would promote her shit. She already was a motherfucking talent girl, bitch. That's why I love T.S. Madison. She's just a very cultured woman. That's all. But her walking down the steps, and she had these itty bitty, teeny weeny ass bra and panty set to where it's like, girl, at this point you might as well just walk around butt bookie naked. You trying to hide your pussy, girl? We see the P, the W, the U, the Z, and all you doing is holding back the Y. So why not let it go and just give us all of it? But that's back in the day when she was sitting on her couch and she would give a message about protecting yourself, where she would pull out her 9mm, she would pull out her 380, pull out her can of Bear Mace, bitch, and then switch around and promote her latest fucking project, girl. Like, I'm talking about back in those days, and she always had that energy. So to see T.S. Madison literally evolve and grow before us, and to just walk in her truth, not the truth of what other people think that she should be, but to just walk in her own flow. And I remember watching her documentary that she had, where I think she was turning 40, if I'm not mistaken, years old, and she was in the pool, and I don't know if she was high for edible or something, but I'm like, bitch, I can't wait till I have my Beyonce motherfucking God, why'd you give me this life experience, when it hit. But I noticed that her energy was different, and it was more evolved to what, like, she was really walking in who she is. And now that her platform literally has exploded to the way that it is now, she's becoming aware of her power and her influence, and she's doing it in a way that literally helps to change lives and really bring in inclusion, as opposed to doing what a lot of other people do, which is, oh bitch, I'm rich, and bitch, you ain't nothing. Now sometimes she has to do that, because some of them hoes, they be judging her, be like, well bitch, if we gonna play this game, bitch, y'all this, you know what I'm saying? But she uses her platform to really bring advocacy. She's growing and learning, which is why to see Madison and Hope Giselle together, especially like how they was on some of the clips that I'm going to show in this live tonight, it just warms my heart, because it's like, yes, we need that. We still get the funny stuff, we still get the shady stuff, we still get some of the cute stuff, we still get the fire and the passion, but we're talking about things that affect all of us. It's like, no shade. I understand a lot of queer people, just human beings in general, but in particular the queer community, a lot of us like the shade, like the drama, ooh girl, the tea, the juice, ooh girl. But I think we're getting out of hand with it, because we're using it, and this is my opinion, as in a way to really escape from our own bullshit in life. So that, like, for example, with a lot of these online web reality shows, girl, oh, I'm that bitch, I'm that girl, ooh girl, all this other type of shit. Yeah, you that girl until we see what's going on in your life, and not all of a sudden you feel like you have to defend yourself, and that ain't fair, with all this other type of stuff and all these other lies. It's like, no girl, you just was not aware of who you are. And we've seen T.S. Madison grow up before our eyes in her energy. And not even her own mother was able to grow in that, to really walk in the principles of what Christ really is, which is unconditional love. And my parents did the exact same thing. My parent has a queer son and a queer daughter. And my father was a staunch, I'm about to say Democrat. He was a staunch Baptist deacon. So there are people out there who do learn to operate in love, but in order for them to really walk and operate in love, they have to go through the fear of what people are going to say about them as parents, what they think about them as parents. And I love how Maddie and her mom has an amazing relationship, to where there might still be some things that, Mother Mary may not understand, and that's okay. But in the midst of it all, she like, God, I'm going to choose love, because that's all I know how to do is choose love. It's never failed me yet. It's never failed me yet, and it's obviously not failing in the relationship with my child, to where it's like I can accept my child for who they are, or the adult that they've grown into. Because at the end of the day, even though they're your child, they're not a carbon copy of you in reference to they have to be what you possibly could not be. You know what I'm saying? Or in a way that you feel is good for them. Your job as a parent, and I'm not a parent yet, but I am also a child of evolved parents. You have to just learn to love your children, be honest with your kids, and also remind yourself that your children are also independent humans who came into this world by themselves. I'm talking about the spirit and the soul came in by itself, and when it dies, mommy and daddy ain't gonna be nowhere around in reference to what happens afterwards. So they have a right to their own life. Parents should just do the best they can to protect their children, to give them a basic foundation of self-love, and then encourage them to grow and figure things out for themselves. And there are going to be some parents who are going to have queer children. But there are also parents out there who have already gone through the shit that you haven't even fucking gone through yet, or you're afraid to go through, and they survived and still have their connection with God, and have finally learned not to give a fuck what other motherfuckers saying, bitch. Cause y'all, if you want to play this game, oh, your son's a fag. Well, guess what? At least my son ain't got a whole bunch of illegitimate kids by a whole bunch of women treating him like trash and shit. At least my son doesn't have a fucking record, bitch. At least my son has a good head on his shoulders, bitch, and receives even better head. Ikarabushande ishkatai. Pookie. Bitch. And like Lil Richard said, girl, if you're going to call me a sissy, call me a rich sissy, bitch. Let's really get it. If you're going to play this game, bitch, if you're going to play the ego game, let's play the ego game. But shout out to T.S. Madison and Mother Mary and Hope Giselle. Let me give her roses. Baby. Even though T.S. Madison does have that Hope Giselle, I don't give a fuck energy, because we're going to see at the end of the video an old live that she did 7 years ago. And I'm so mad that Magilla Gorilla bitch fucked up T.S. Madison's goddamn channel, because I was trying to find one where she was pulling her gun out. I'm like, bitch, at this point, we need the explicit, bitch. This is what it looked like. This is what the bullet you should get, girl. This is how you cock it. All that shit. It's gone, but I grabbed the video of it. But Hope Giselle is kind of like where I am right now. Especially back then, she was passionate, on fire. People thought she was angry, and it's kind of like, y'all playing people's faces, but then if this was to happen to you, you would be mad too. So it's kind of like, what the fuck? So what you expect me to do? Just sit here and just, oh my God, lose hope for the world, and maybe I'll be one of the queers who self-deletes myself so that you don't have to get your hands dirty and then claim it was done in the name of Jesus? Hell no, bitch. If you fuck with me, girl, you're gonna be able to talk to Jesus yourself and ask him personally so that you will know. Okay? But she was on fire, because what was happening to trans women is still unfortunately happening to trans women to this day. And not even just trans women, but biological cisgender women as well. Let's not act like ain't some motherfucking women out here that's built like motherfucker LaWanda Page, bitch. Let's not sit up here and act like there are some bio women over here, girl, who look like Mark Henry, bitch, who's still getting pregnant. Because in the words of Miss Pearly, shut up, bitch. I know somebody like it. Somebody gonna like it. Thank God that they like it so that your ass don't have to, girl. Because the way that some of these niggas be acting, they be like, bitch, you be telling on yourself. And at this point, bitch, if you gonna sit up here and motherfucking hold me in the streets and then wanna do some shit in the sheets, bitch, I'm busting your ass down. I'm already a top bitch. I'm gonna be digging off in your ass, bitch. That's how we gonna play this game. You talk all that shit in the streets, bitch. Okay, when we get in these sheets, bitch, all right. Skewer your motherfucking ass like a shish kebab. But Hope just and to see her grow into who she is now. She's married, or she's engaged. She's traveling, teaching people who want to fucking learn, who want to be better, who want to tap into humanity. Okay? And looking beautiful, doing it. And I'm upset because when I was going to college, girl, at Wayne State, she came and I didn't even know she was there, because I would have showed up. Because, see, I want to know more about the queer community. Because even though we have shit going on in our own community, I'm still going to focus on the positive stuff that's happening in the community as well. That's what I'm going to do. And then use whatever power or influence that God's source universe is bestowing upon me, because I am manifesting my best life, to use my energy, or some of my energy, girl, because I ain't going to use all of it now. I love y'all, but y'all got to figure out your own shit too now. Come on. Your own soul salvation. But to use some of my overflow to share that information, and to also educate people in spaces where I might be more palatable to them. So anyway, shout out to Mother Maddie. Shout out to Hope Giselle, Mother Mary. Just shout out to everybody who is secure in themselves and walking in their own truth. They are mad that there are people, excuse me, who are choosing to rise above adversity and to do it for real. Because regardless, bitch, in the words of T.S., and that's why she is a master manifester. There are some people, girl, and that's the power of some queer people, girl. If you look in history, girl, queer people were in high regards, bitch. Look at the Native American perspective of it, girl. They saw queer people, especially trans people, to be more spiritual because they were in tune with both the masculine and feminine energy, and it expressed itself in that way. They were mostly shamans. They were some of the elders in the group that people would come to because they had a connection. Like, this is historical too. Y'all want to, that's the thing. A lot of people are not truly objective. Like, look at the thing 360 and study to show yourself approved. Not conclusion shop, but bitch, actually do it. But see, if they do it, they're going to be the ones who's going to feel guilty and have shame. And baby, if you feel that, that's something you got to work out. Because you chose to bestow your bullshit upon thee. And now that we've had an education, girl, whether it's a beat one or a teach one or a combination of that, whatever you feel afterwards, that's something you have to deal with. Anyway, before we get into it, boom. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Okay? Now, the first video we're going to get into, and again, all the links for the content in this live is in the description box below, because we do our journalistic, scholastic duties, okay? Because we ain't trying to get no clout or nothing off of that, because whatever's going to come, God going to allow it, okay? We just doing community work, okay? That's what we're doing now. We're standing in the gap right now. The first one is a video which I'm pretty sure you guys have already seen on TS Madison, or you can go to TS Madison TV to get some of the shorter clips. But the first one we're going to look at is a live that was done a few days ago with her and Hope Giselle, which was an amazing live. I was working out listening to that live, getting my whole life. They spoke about a Latino woman, trans woman, going into black spaces and talking to these men and asking these men how, you know, to rate her basically with numbers in reference to her looks. And then she reveals that she's trans, and how she was able to walk away from the situation with her life with no scars. Nobody was trying to hurt her. Those men's faces were not blurred. It was visual, so we can see who these people are, and she was able to get away with it. But when it comes down to trans women of color and those who are darker skinned, there's all of these other type of bullshit responses and stuff. And those are the individuals who aren't even doing anything, who are simply just minding their fucking business. Or the men that are intimate with them end up having their truth exposed, and they can't handle it, and they end up responding by trying to unalive the trans person so that they can prove their manhood to a society of people even though these motherfuckers are going to go ahead and go to the next trans person to do the exact same thing, especially if they're going to be able to get away with it. That's why at this point, trans women and just queer people and just oppressed people in general, you need to learn how to defend your motherfucking self. These niggas want to purge us because we are considered the undesirables of society, even though historically speaking, bitch, we have been contributors, girl, in very monumental ways to evolution, especially trans women, especially in the queer community. Marsha P. Johnson, have we not forgotten about her? Like, even in the queer community, we have some education as well, which is why I'm learning. But anyway, let's get into the first video. All right, give me 1 second.
And I'm gonna ask people to rate me 1 to 10, and then we're gonna tell them I'm trans and see what they say. Let's go.
I'm gonna show this part so you can see the video, and then once they finish the video, then I'm gonna put the thing back up so we can hear the audio. Okay.
What about you? Okay, I'm not talking to you though. Okay, so would it tell you guys if I was trans? What's funny? Why are you running away?
I told you.
I
told you.
I'm gonna tell them I'm trans and see what they say. Let's go.
Say it again, Mo.
Okay. And I'm gonna. What's funny?
He was filming that. Here we go again with being that real. You see that one boy clocked you from the top and gave you a 3. He clocked you from the beginning and gave you a motherfucking 3 because, bitch, when you walked up there, he was already up on game because he knew trans is what he said. No tea, no motherfucking shame. That don't mean you not real because he gave you a motherfucking 3. We don't know what that boy know or who he know, who he can to, or what he has already done. The dangerous mistake that you fucking making is doing this shit and putting this stuff on video so that people. Now, if they would have went out there and mocked you, it would not have been right. It would not have been right. But what in the fuck is the reason? You girls got to stop testing your realness. Your realness lies when you get up in the motherfucking morning every day and look at yourself in the mirror every day, bitch, and you can tell yourself how real you is when you get up. You don't need no motherfucking niggas telling you that. First, when you realize that niggas a fucking can of motherfucking oatmeal, bitch, you don't need to be justified about realness for what no man fucking see. Do you see the bitches them niggas be fucking?
Pause. And we're going to be pausing a lot through this live, so it might be lengthy. For those of you who are coming here who are not new, first of all, thank you if you've made it this far. Because I know, girl, I give very elaborate, extensive, speeches and shit. It's just a passion, girl. Motherfucker, y'all. Some of y'all still here, so y'all fuck with it. Okay? But, that's motherfucking facts. Like, because the queer community is not receiving love, like unconditional agape love, like speak about a God who gives it to them, but they don't even know how to emulate the love that allegedly this God is giving them to other people who need it or are being very vulnerable in a world that does not affirm them. Not for real. They'll do it for profit, but not for real. Not their humanity. So you're dealing with people who have been shunned by society. Then there are some people who are from the quote unquote majority who may have feelings for people who are shunned and will go to extreme lengths to connect with them in those ways, because for a lot of them, they feel the same way. They're afraid of walking in their truth. Some of them are just experimenting to see what's going on, and a lot of them are just niggas who want to get a nut off and don't fucking care. They just care about the nut. And because a lot of us in the queer community, especially if we haven't healed from our own shit, will continue to choose those individuals who will give us the bare minimum of attention. But it's attention. So any attention is, enough. And you have T.S. Madison, who has been very honest, very transparent, no pun intended, very open with her life, and is trying to let other people know, look, bitch, I am a living testimony that, girl, if you stay true to your dream and you learn to transmute the hatred and ignorance of other hoes into literal stepping stones to get to where you want to be, you start being like Goku from Dragon Ball Z, bitch, when he was doing the spirit bomb, girl, lend me all your power. That's when you start walking in your truth. And she's a living testimony of that. Like, the evidence is there. You can't fucking deny it. See, hating assholes deny what's objectively true. Cause like Hope gonna do, and when Hope talk, I ain't gonna say nothing, girl, cause I'm just be like, But Hope said it, girl. Beyonce sought her out. Residual check, I'm pretty sure, is very nice, girl, because at the end of the day, T.S. Madison is a businesswoman, bitch. I don't give a fuck if you Beyonce, girl. Girl, I'm about my money too, B. Hello. Okay. A trailblazer and shared her motherfucking past, bitch. There's a lot of hoes in church would be embarrassed about if it ever came out. Cause baby, one thing that I've heard and that I've low-key seen on Twitter, and I ain't gonna hold you, I kind of wanted to happen to me, is that church motherfuckers is freaky as hell, girl. They be the ones watching the porn and doing this shit behind closed doors. Well, some of them do, cause some of them niggas record themselves and they be like, girl, you make gays want to disown your ass, bitch. You can't even suck a dick right, girl. What? The fuck? And I low-key want to fuck me somebody from the culture church. I ain't even gonna hold you. Just one, Lord. I don't want no slew of them hoes. I just want one. I want a nice, tight body, nice, slim booty bitch, bottom bitch, girl, with the tight-ass pants on, girl, that be playing the tambourine, because I like feminine mens. Okay? Lord, let him choose me like Pokemon, girl, so I can open up his throat chakra, girl, so that when Sunday comes, girl, when Sunday, girl, pull the Donnie McClurkin out your ass, girl. Speak to my hole. Tap on it, no. Okay, girl, let me stop.
Do you see the bitches niggas fuck?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't need to walk in the space to be trying to get no validation from no fucking nigga. The validation start with you. That's one.
Wow, Ryan.
Number
No, I haven't seen
motherfucking
that.
two. We are in dark times with this trans shit.
Mm-hmm.
And bitch, if them boys would have hauled off and asked you which side of the bottle you want the motherfucking name of the ingredients, and would have been stomping you down to the ground.
You want the expiration date, girl? You want the barcode?
Every fucking transphobe, every motherfucker would have found every reason to justify you getting your ass
Hope was giving me
stomped
life.
and beat down in motherfucking public like that. They would have found every reason why, because you came in there with that dumb shit, doing that dumb shit, trying to test
That
your
part,
pussy.
Harold.
Now, Hope, I'm going to scoot to the side because I know the area you about to take this.
Okay. Take us there.
And I'm going to back you up on the area you finna take it in.
Let me get my
Because
Snickers,
again,
bitch. Hold
it
on.
be
I want
them
the snack.
that be
These,
doing
munchies
this kind of
kicking in.
shit. Now, the girls do it too. You thought I wasn't going to say that?
But, bitch. What I have a problem with, and I love y'all down. A lot of y'all don't know I'm Afro-Latina myself. But what I can't stand is you visible Latina women and you white girls that go out here and do things that don't affect y'all in the same way that it's going to affect us. There's a couple of things in this. The easier thing for me to attack is niggas is going to be niggas is going to be niggas. She was cute. And I'm sorry if you see this, sis. This is just my opinion.
She pussy.
You're pussy. The voice throws it every single time because all y'all Latina girls got that same motherfucking voice. I don't know where y'all pull it from. I don't know what Celia Cruz manual y'all pull that shit out of, but please stop. Your natural voice is usually gonna give you more cunt than anything that you're gonna come up with in the lab. Please stop with the voices, okay? That's number one. Number two, y'all need to be mindful of the way that this shit looks for us.
I'm sorry, y'all. I lied. I said I wasn't gonna stop my hope. I just had a thought. When she said that these individuals come into our communities and they emulate, I ain't gonna say emulate. They want to be a part of the culture without the totality of the culture. It's kind of like when Paul Mooney, rest in power king, said, everybody want to be a nigga, but don't want to be a nigga. That's the energy that's going on now. Everybody, or a lot of people, want to have the experience of the culture, but not the unfortunate consequences that come with the culture for people who actually the culture is built on. And there is a lot of appropriation from the queer community, especially the queer community of color. We have shows, movies, merchandise, all this stuff that says that they're in support of the motherfucking community when they're really in support of the money that comes with quote unquote support of the community, not the actual support of the community itself. That is a tactic that is used by oppressors. Oh, I'm gonna take all y'all good shit. All the shit that's good, I'm gonna take that shit. And I might put my own little stank on it, girl. Got me a Cadillac car. You know, put a little bit of that shit on there. But at night, girl, late at night, when everybody is asleep, I'm gonna put on what I want to put on. The real shit. Bitch. But even though that's been happening, I want those people to understand that we're into like the vestibule area, girl, of the movie theater when it comes to the Age of Aquarius, girl. We haven't even gotten really in the building yet. And whatever you do in the dark is eventually going to come to the light. A wise mystic once said, bitch, and I'm applying this to my life even now, girl. Learn to just expose your damn self. Tell your truth, bitch. That's the problem. We live in a world where everybody wants to pretend that they got everything together as opposed to tell the truth. And then when the truth is told on their ass in a way that they can't control, then all of a sudden it's a problem and an issue. No, bitch. This is the time to motherfucking walk what you've been goddamn talking. That's why people have to pay attention to what comes out their fucking mouth. Because at this point, the Age of Aquarius ain't playing games. It does not sit here and decipher if you're playing or not. Whatever you say and the energy that you put behind it, you're going to receive that. The question is, bitch, is you ready? And I said all that to say this: accountability is coming for everybody. So it's better to just tell your damn truth. In the words of Andrew Caldwell, now is the time to put blood on your dough coach. And matter of fact, Andrew, come through and give us a real good one, really, really, really quick.
Shaya. Oh, Mashanya. Oh, I feel a Shakani up in here. Mashandaba.
That's one thing. And
You wanted it,
okay.
and you got it.
You what?
You wanted it,
And you what?
and you got it.
Hell
home
no.
team thinks.
In no way. Ain't never been a representative for me, so speak for you, my brother.
Honey, I represent all the men here. Anyway, that vibe would never leave you, nor forsake you.
So that
wow.
vibe, so that
you would.
This is for faggots.
Okay, I just had to give him a little bit, okay? Put blood on your dough coach. Okay, tell your truth. Because accountability is coming for every single one of you, bitch. I don't give a fuck what title you got, girl. You could be master, pastor, reverend, deacon, so-and-so, prophetess, all this shit, girl. Even in the narrative of the Bible, Jesus came down and look what he had to endure, girl. He had to lay down his life, bitch. Are you hoes ready to do that since y'all walking in all this power and truth? Are you ready to do it? Hell to the gnaw, gnaw. We gonna get into this shit tonight. But, let's let Miss Hope Giselle continue with her expression of what I identify as the truth, okay? Let's continue.
Y'all go and do bullshit like this. It ends up on motherfucking Hollywood Unlocked, on the Shade Room, and all of that bullshit. And guess what? The Latin community is not up for 5, 6, 7 days, 7 weeks. Latin celebrities are not on the blogs and all that bullshit talking about this.
Hey,
you don't
Queen
have
Amber,
Latin men all over the internet talking about it. They're gonna go and kill y'all about this shit. That shit ends up in our community, and the black girls got to deal with some bullshit that you did. And 9 times out of 10, y'all don't even live in the neighborhoods that y'all are going to. Because why would you go your motherfucking ass out of your way to go and ask men that are not even from your community, your race, your people, how they feel about how you look, bitch? Why you couldn't take a motherfucking ass over to Little Havana and ask them niggas how you look? You did that because you understand, and this is the nuance of it, that these motherfucking niggas like anything that don't look like them because they want a trophy, bitch.
Now that I'm in with.
They want a trophy, bitch. They gave you the motherfucking numbers, not even because you was that bad to them. They gave it to you because you weren't black and because you weren't dark skinned and because you gave them attention as black boys as being somebody who was not black. And that's a motherfucking problem. And old dude who's number 3, who gave her that number 3, whether it was because he clocked it, whether it was because he don't fuck with those type of girls, or whether it was because it was a mixture of all 3. She felt some type of motherfucking way when he clocked it because she felt like, who is this black nigga to deny me when all the rest of these motherfuckers have said that I was bad, because they come into our community and they get that affirmation from these motherfuckers. So when they don't get it and when they feel like somebody is knocking them down a peg, it becomes a problem for them. So what you're also witnessing is that bullshit ass insolidarity of people of color. And what you're also witnessing is the insensitivity of some of my non-black trans sisters when it comes down to the way that we are affected and how that shit shows up on our body. Because a black trans girl who he clocked from a mile away couldn't have even made it up there to ask that motherfucking question. But he lets you live for several different reasons, bitch. And y'all don't use those reasons and that access to protect your black sisters most of the time, some of you. So I need to make that very clear. When y'all are out here doing these social experiments and behaving badly and doing things that you think is the moment in the life, think about your black sisters and how that shit turns into a week of hell for us. That bullshit about Aretha Franklin, we had no recollection of it. And for 2 weeks, they rolled black trans girls up and motherfucking down.
And before we go into that, that is the unfortunate truth. Because when it came down to this whole trans thing, and see, for those of you who rock with me, and if you haven't, you can go through my archives. I've been putting in the work and been doing commentary responses to other spaces of blackness on YouTube who claim they love black people, who claim that they're not truly, genuinely queerphobic, that there's nothing about you that I'm afraid of and all this other type of shit. I've sat and I've listened to what has come out of their mouth. And everything they say is from a fear-based standpoint. Not a place of fact, not a place of proof, but a place of fear. So desperate that they will continue to go back to a book that was written 2,000 plus years ago and think that's happening today. And then if we use that same book against them to put them in the narrative as well, because we're all included, right? Didn't Christ die for all of us? That means the accountability part too. Now all of a sudden there is a moving of the goalpost. But in those spaces, I literally saw a particular Blaq YouTube channel have a conversation about the situation that happened with just hilarious response to a trans woman speaking about periods, and they took a certain part of the video. They never do things in context, y'all. They just take certain parts and run with it. That's how desperate some of these motherfuckers are, girl. They don't even study to show themselves approved, because accountability would then have to be practiced and applied in this bitch, and they can't do it. Look at their own lives. But then they brought up the whole fact of, oh, now trans people are calling biological cisgendered women chest feeders and bonus holes. Let me stop and say this. The only Black queer people that I feel like that would say some shit like bonus holes and chest feeders are the ones who are trying to fit in with white people, because that sounds like a fucking white person response. That's like me getting into a reading battle with a motherfucker and I said, oh, you fucking lint liquor. Bitch, what? What type of Diary of a Wimpy Kid 5th grade elementary ass response is that? You know that Black queer people is gonna cuss your ass out in such a way, because if it's one thing that queer people know how to do, baby, it's read. They're in tune with the divine feminine, which uses power and emotions, so they can take some words, girl, and slice your ass up like ribbons. Okay? Her point is true. That shit affects Black trans women, and as we can see, unfortunately, not just Black trans women, but Black women in general. Because I don't know if it's in this particular live. I didn't watch the entire video, but in one of I think the live either yesterday or today that T.S. Madison did, she spoke about how her comment was pinned in a particular blog site, and how people were like, oh, I'm sick and tired of these y'all mentally ill and y'all all this other type of stuff, and I'm sick and tired, and I can't stand y'all. I just, all the vitriol and the hate. And then when we show y'all the manifestation of that hate, now all of a sudden there is a way to forgive what happened. We can look past it. Because as we see when I do the second video of her giving the update of what happened to the trans woman that I did a live on, telling her to motherfucking trans women, get y'all a knife in this bitch, girl. You hear this click? Get your shit and protect your damn self. This is not a game, girl. None of us are exempt. It could be any one of us. And instead of living in fear, I'd rather live prepared. Because one thing I'm going to do is live my life. And I understand there's a bunch of bitter ass, low vibrational, jaded ass bitches who can't seem to get outside of their own box that they place themselves in. But I got myself out of. And you're not finna destroy my box so I could be miserable with you, bitch. Misery loves company, and bitch, I'd never invited you vampiric ass whores into my house. So stay your ass outside before I get some garlic and some UV lights and fuck your ass up. Girl, please tell me this is not the group of people that is waiting for Jesus to come back, for Jesus to be proud of this. Like, oh Jesus, look what I did. Look what I did. Look what I can do, bitch. And y'all gonna gag, girl, when Jesus walk right past y'all like, bitch, I don't even know this. I'm too embarrassed, girl. How the fuck I'm gonna go back to heaven, girl? Them angels be reading me. Yeah, I went through the shit, girl, but they in heaven. We all in heaven, girl. What the fuck they gonna happen? And God has a sense of humor, so I gotta believe God up there be roasting and reading motherfuckers too. He be creating some motherfuckers on earth, girl. I'm a fucking leprechaun, bitch. A magical one too, magically delicious, bitch. So God has a way of putting variations of things, and that's the thing about God's source universe. It's not limited to a book. It's not limited to a fucking particular religion. It is the experience of life and God experiencing itself through us. But we also have free will to either not acknowledge the God in us or to acknowledge the God in us. And T.S. Madison and Hope Giselle, despite what y'all believe or what y'all want to believe about them being trans women, are living their best life the way that they intended. Because when they're on their deathbed, none of you motherfuckers are going to be there. And when they transition over to whatever is next after this life, girl, none of you bitches will be there with them. Maybe you should focus on your own life. How about that? So that you can have a little love to give. Instead of this bullshit that y'all giving to us and expecting queer people to just accept.
For 2 weeks, every single time they say anything about trans people, even when we don't have nothing to do with it, it comes back on us. So when y'all think about doing dumb shit like this, my Latina sisters, my white sisters, I need y'all to understand that your responsibility lies with your trans community, and you need to understand the way that those things affect your Black sisters, because we have to windmill, not just for us, but turn around and windmill for your stupid ass because you decided that you wanted to go and test your pussy, which really wasn't all that wet to begin with because somebody saw it coming a mile away. You just get to live because you're not Black. And they understand that they put their motherfucking hands on you. The police that's going to show up for you are not the police that's going to show up for us.
Right.
Be responsible.
Message. I mean, hey. And see, because Hope is walking in her truth, and she's learning about the evolutions of truth, even the fact that her now being engaged, that she's realizing that this is now a commitment that I'm going to have to also live my life, but also evolve and grow and adapt a part of my life to accommodate what I desire romantically with someone who sees it for me. So they're already having conversations about their past and stuff. They're doing the things that build each other up. So since she's walking in her truth, girl, and she speaks the way that she speaks to where it's like, damn, girl, this is the most ultimate motherfucking Mortal Kombat brutality of all, girl. Now she's not the only one, girl. And I'm grateful because community is building. We need people who can do this. But you have to walk in your own truth first before you can tell the truth. If you ain't walking in your truth, bitch, and you talking about you know the truth, bitch, and you know the truth that your ass is lying, bitch, and we know that too. Some people's spirit of discernment is growing and evolved and can see. But see, when she speaks, she leaves people speechless because now you have to process what has been said. And I've even done that in certain spaces to where people get overwhelmed. To where it's so much accountability, girl. It's like, girl, it's too much. Well, y'all gave us the information to share with you. Y'all, unfortunately, are giving us the information that we're sharing with you. If you don't want to be overwhelmed by all these fucking facts, then maybe there's something that you need to do different so that you don't have to keep getting hit like you motherfucking Cleo and Set It Off, bitch. You got goddamn Glocks in the front, shotguns in the back, motherfucking SMG from the left, bitch, a goddamn 12 gauge from the right, and a grenade for measure. Because at this point, girl, if we living in the information age and people still making a choice to be ignorant, girl, that leads to nothing but destruction. And if we work through our shit and we start seeing what's happening to all of us collectively, and even T.S. Madison knows this, She talked about the bomb shelter, girl. I'm with your ass, girl. I understand. The powers that be want us to continue to do this. They want us to continue to argue with each other. A lot of us are trying to fucking survive. Motherfuckers dealing with accountability, bitch. Motherfuckers are having ascension symptoms and all type of trials and tribulations going on, girl. But there are people who are choosing to rise above it as well. But if people continue to choose ignorance and fear and not challenge it, it's going to lead to ultimate destruction. And no shade, if that's the path it has to go, there are going to be some of us who don't have to subscribe to that's the end for us. I would hope that when the season comes for me to manifest my romantic partner, my forever partner, till death do us part for real, because I know motherfuckers who actually lived that. That bitch, I'm going to walk in my complete sovereign truth. But I also understand the world that I live in, so hopefully it would be different. But I'm not going to be a target for you because you have some self-loathing homosexual attractions, or you just have a fear-based narrative about queer people, or maybe this is the time for you to show people publicly that you are a masculine man, and if I put this up and women see me beating up a gay man, then I'm gonna show them that I'm the real motherfucking man. Just insecurity. All right, girl, well, I guess somebody is going to have to change the narrative. And I'm going to be one of those people. I'm going to use my gifts and my talents in reference to some of the creative ideas for like film work and all that type of stuff to tell a different story. Baby, okay? Don't play with me, girl. One of my favorite movies is Tales from the Hood, girl. Y'all want to go to hell? Do y'all really want to go to hell, girl? Some of us already been to hell, girl, and clawed our way out of it. But some of us are learning to go back into hell, girl, like Harriet Tubman. Because there's some people who want to escape, bitch. No nigga left behind, okay?
How many times do we see this stuff happen? That they been done when it did some shit and we be like, and then me and you would get on the phone, I'd be like, girl, why?
Why?
Like, why? Why the fuck?
And I gotta defend this bitch.
Like, why?
It's unfair. It's unfair because y'all see it. And it would be a difference if y'all didn't know. It would be a difference if y'all weren't in community. But you're over there with those black boys because you're in community with black trans women. You're over there in that spot because you're in community with the black girls. So you know exactly how this affects your black sisters. And yet and still you're going and doing these things in an area where you might push through at that Walmart the next time you go back. But guess what? Now that those young boys that you have possibly confused and you done fuck with their manhood, because we don't know the conversation that happened when you walked away.
Walked away.
We don't walked away.
Walked away. Let's be clear.
Unscathed.
Walked
and got
away.
them on motherfucking camera.
On camera.
Right.
No blur.
Right.
Their faces out there admitting that they gave you a 9, 8.5. That means that they think you are a decently attractive woman.
Bitch, do you know how many OnlyFans girls have been unalived?
Because of that.
And these niggas have been over there fucking and sucking on the girls that have been hurt, or how many OnlyFans girls or girls that do sex work that get on video camera and niggas like that be over there trying to knock their dough in and they consented to doing video.
That part.
Pause real quick, and I gotta jump on that too. Again, I remember T.S. Madison back when she was the BDB. Okay, that's how long I was rocking with her, from the bushes, of course. But she would do lives before goddamn Different Strokes came through and fucked it up. Damn it. Anyway, where she would say that the men that she performed, because again, T.S. Madison is a businesswoman at heart. she gonna find a way to make money off this shit, and no shade. That's how you manifest shit. When you know your value and your worth and your time, girl, you stand in that, people will pay for that, especially if you know how to deliver. And we know that she does in many different ways. Okay? But back when she was doing adult film work, she would make these men sign a release, I think it's some sort of release contract, which means that you have given me permission to use your likeness in my shit. And I'm gonna pay you this little fee, but bitch, as far as the royalties, all that shit comes to me by ways of 3. Okay? And those men years later will be blowing her motherfucking phone up, email up, DMs up. Baby, please, you take that video down, please. It's getting the more popular you get, bitch. They finding out some of the shit you did in the past, girl. Now my shit coming up. Can you please? That video getting 2 million, 3 million views. Somebody auntie done saw me. Somebody grandmama done saw me. Shit. Somebody pastor done saw me. And she was like, no, nigga, you signed your name on the dotted line and I photocopied your goddamn ID, bitch. You came through with all the information. But see, you were thinking with your dick. And because we live in a world that's trying to reinforce toxic masculinity, to the point to where men don't have to think with their big heads, girl. They let their little head, the dick head, guide the way, and that queer people are going to have to be the ones, women are going to have to be the ones, other niggas are going to have to be the ones who are going to have to deal with it. And in her defense, with her still eating off of her past projects, those niggas came in willingly. They knew what the fuck was up. They knew a camera was going to be there. They sat down, because back then, T.S. Madison, she had a little set in her basement, girl. She was giving all type of production, okay? It was kind of public access, but girl, even some people like public access, girl, and I love it too, girl, but she made $1 million off that shit, bitch. It's all about the dream, girl. Use what you got to get what you want, okay? I'm now just learning that. But they came back and was upset. And she's telling people that there are people who are trans attracted that you wouldn't even, you'll find out and you'll probably cry. And I'm going to say this and I'm going to be done. I remember when I used to go to this club here in Detroit called the Woodward before it was on fire. I'm so mad. Because even though it was a hood spot, I enjoyed it. It had a tight-knit community. There was some fine ass niggas, you know, motherfuckers shaking ass, you know, thank the Lord, girl. I mean, hey. But I just enjoyed people watching and just being in the energy and stuff like that. But I went with a friend of mine at the time and his 2 cis hetero biological female friends. And they go to the club and we went on a Saturday. So, you know, Saturday is like really packed. It'd be motherfuckers you ain't even seen from around here, girl, like be from different places. So, excuse me, we went there or whatever, and they got drunk and they just started crying. All these niggas gay. all these niggas gay, girl. All of them, they like dick. They like fucking men, like getting fucked like men. They twerk better than me. Not the niggas pulling the niggas that I want, girl, that's into niggas. Bitch. Crying. So as much as people don't want to believe this shit to be true, a part of me feels like they don't want you to believe that it's true, because they know that it's true. But if they can play you like it ain't true, and that the community at large they don't care about queer people. I'd rather black queer people just come out the woodwork and just say, hey, we don't fuck with y'all. Like, I'd rather just be honest about it. But also understand that you queer phobic as well. So, if you're going to be hateful, girl, wear all the stripes of the hate. And you can still live your homophobic life, girl, but when the universe holds your ass accountable, bitch, even though everybody's gonna be accountable, girl, you're not exempt, so you still gonna get yours. So when your shit come around, girl, you brought it upon yourself. Well, some of you might say, oh, well, the queer women or the trans women that walk around the way they are and knowing that that's wrong and all that shit, whatever they get is what they get. Okay, fair enough. So when we do come up with a news article or a viral video or something on the news, girl, that goes viral about a trans woman of color surviving her attackers by sending all those niggas to the nether realm, girl, with Scorpion and them shit, send them to Outworld, bitch, and Chaos Realm, girl, send them to hell, bitch. Once she unalive those niggas and survives the encounter, what's gonna happen next? Because you're literally pushing trans women to the last resort. And see, y'all low-key are very narcissistic for that, because you know that you live in a society where they're going to choose you over the queer person 9 times out of 10, especially in the Black community, that if I can push this queer person to resort to violence now, because again, society is fucking manipulative and shit, I'm justified in my own self-defense, even though I'm the one that fucking initiated this shit in the whole place, in the whole first place. Okay, well, I guess me and you will be sitting at the throne. Leave us there alone.
But here you are, white passing, so you gotta be right, can go up there and essentially do what they would call disrespect from us. That video would give disrespectful if it were one of us. But because it was you, they let you live. They let you walk away. I'm sure you pulled at least 1 or 2 pieces of trade from that. But y'all don't understand that now that this video was out there, you know what the comments are? It's not coming from Latin. It's not coming from Hispanics. It's not coming from white people. It's a bunch of Black men and women in those motherfucking comments talking about how they feel disrespected.
And how I'm so sick of y'all.
I'm sick of y'all.
Sick of y'all trannies.
This is exactly why y'all end up murdered. But they not talking about you, Maria.
Right.
They're not talking about you, Alyssa. They're not talking about you, Carmen. They're talking about me and Keisha and Peaches down the street. That's what they talking about. So when y'all go and y'all fix y'all mouth to do social experiments so y'all can prove to people that motherfucker, they know that they know these niggas think we fine. The trans porn category wouldn't exist if these niggas didn't think we fine, because we ain't watching it and the women ain't watching it, so who the fuck is?
And bitch, I wouldn't be
Hold on. No, matter of fact, go ahead, Mother Maddie. Finish that off real quick.
for over 15 years and still in the millions of views.
Ooh.
If they were not attractive.
Girl, hold on. Let me get a gospel. Ha ha ha. Hallelujah.
You don't need to prove it, boo. Whether they admit it to you, give it to you or not, you don't need to prove it. That's why half of these bitches are mad and these niggas are frustrated. Y'all go out of y'all way to pull these stunts and shows because you can. And at this point, I'm going to start holding you bitches accountable, because all of the time that y'all pull this, when it end up on the shade room, you bitches be quiet.
Silent.
When it end up on TikTok going viral, you bitches be quiet.
Silent.
But then you got me and Madison and Ashley and Dominique and everybody else making fucking videos to do damage control for some shit that you did. And then had the nerve to do it in our community. Because that's the only reason they care. You went and did this to Black men.
Yes.
And you know what that makes them feel like? Emasculated. Why she emasculated them boys. And you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna give them their boyhood back. Oh, them boys is young. They didn't know no better.
Oh, that's all in the comments
She's
right now.
confusing them.
That's
It's
all in the comments.
pedophilia.
Yeah.
But yet have this same lack of awareness, girl, when Ray Ray and Pookie is actually shooting up the block, bitch. The block is hot. The block is hot, hot, hot. Was not made by a bunch of drag queens, girl. Will still make those same excuses. Free Mook Mook, free Pookie, all this shit. Girl, what? And then, girl, y'all ain't gonna like this shit. And because we can't heal from that shit and work past that shit, it gives white people the right and other groups of people who are judging black people the right to judge them, because it's like, I mean, look at how y'all act towards each other. How the fuck you gonna sit here and tell me about accountability, but yet you're doing this in your own community? They can use that as a trump card against black people as a way to literally try to destroy their ascension out of bullshit into actually being able to live life and self-actualize. Because black people are not learning to deal with their own stuff, because we still demonize and stigmatize mental health awareness and emotional awareness and being woke and all this other type of bullshit. Because we're ignoring that, we are destroying each other. And we see this all the time. More so than anything that y'all could say about trans women. Trans women could never sit up here and do more harm than a lot of these niggas have done, girl. Never. But they still have excuses made for them, though. The actual individuals who are hurting. And now the community has to fuck that up. And there's an old African proverb that says, if a child is rejected from the village, it will burn it down to feel the village's warmth. That's an African proverb. If people were to actually listen to people in the community and actually love on them and honor them and support them and even work through their own fear and ignorances and biases about them and actually connect to them. Actually get to know them. Actually show them the love that y'all profess so much from pulpits, where it's public. See, these are the conversations. I'm not going to say that people are. These are the conversations that a lot of these people are not going to have. At least not right now. God, source, universe, accountability is going to have to come through and fucking wreck shop first before any conversations are being made. And what these motherfuckers who have this false sense of supremacy are failing to realize, that if you were to hypothetically destroy everyone else, you're going to be by yourself, and that's when you're going to destroy yourself. Because you're afraid to actually accept who the fuck you are. And you feel like it would be better for you to just simply conform with everybody else. But then do your shit in the dark, girl. Baby, and even Hope Giselle said it. If since y'all talk about, oh, trans women can't get pregnant and shit like that. If trans women were able to get pregnant, a lot of these niggas would unalive themselves. They would pull some motherfucking if I can't, except I can this time. That's why people have to be careful, because there's a lot of people out here that are talking and speaking and they're not even aware of what they're fucking saying. And it's being recorded and it's being documented for all the fucking world to see. And then now all of a sudden, when everybody sees your bullshit, instead of you using that as an opportunity to grow and to heal from that situation so you can be better, you're going to try to fight it. And I've been there. Especially during the first months of my self-love growing, where my ego would try to spar with the wisdom of a mystic, girl, and the mystic came through all the time, bitch, like Neo in this hole. Goddamn bicycle kicked the fuck out of my ego. But see, that happened, and I'm looking back at it in retrospect. That happened so that I know what it feels like. I know how to now check myself and handle the situation so I don't respond in a toxic way, but in a more transformative way. And to where I'm in a space right now in my life where I've literally like I ain't gonna say cut myself off, but literally walked away from the connections of other people to listen to my inner voice, to find out who the hell BubzDaGawd is. Because at the end of the day, my main goal, and I feel like this for all of us, the main goal in life is to work out your own soul salvation. Your own soul salvation. Once you work that out, girl, all this other shit is like side quests in a game, girl. Because I can sit up here and do as many lives, do as much transformative work that I could do right now with what I have to give and pay it forward. People still have to be willing to accept it. And unfortunately, a lot of people have to go through hell before they get it. And I was one of those individuals. See, we could really be having some very transformative conversations that help us to heal. And there are people who do. But the powers that be, because we keep playing by the same fucking script, they're able to get the one up on us to where they can demonize certain viewpoints and perspectives that actually brings inclusion together. Because if that happens for a lot of people who are profiting off of us, the game is over with. And a lot of people and their generations are eating and living good in the motherfucking neighborhood. You know, I'm surprised that more straight men aren't openly being with trans women or with the fact that they won't have the responsibility to have kids. And even for the individuals who do, look how they make fun of them. There are grown-ass men now, fuck younger people. There are grown-ass men now whose hairlines and follicles are a distant memory, girl. Who have this whole type of like locker room banter ideology about queer people. And even when there are some people who do try to bridge the gap, who do try to come over to the other side, who do try to say, you know what, at least this individual, when it comes to this conversation, seems to know what they're talking about. Because I studied to show myself approved. And I'm still learning and growing. Let me go ahead and sit here and listen to what they have to say and to have a conversation with them. And when they do that, the other men make fun of them. Why are you going over there with them fags? Why are you going over there with them trannies? Why are you going over there with them dykes? What, do you like gay shit? Or they making you finna come out the... It's like this whole bullshit. Meanwhile, men, heterosexual men, have the privilege to literally do gay shit and it not be a problem. I grew up in high school, and I've said this before. I grew up in high school. During my high school years, I remember seeing heterosexual men from the basketball team, football team, all that shit, literally walk around and grab each other's asses and dicks and shit. The shit that you see in locker rooms, they do some of what you could be considered the queerest shit. But see, they do it because they ain't for real. At least a lot of them aren't, because there are some who's down with the shit. So even heterosexual men have the privilege to, quote unquote, do shit that if the real gay person did in the locker room, girl, his ass would probably end up dead. And no shade, probably sexually assaulted before being murdered or unalived. See, y'all not ready for those conversations, but y'all say y'all are. So at this point, bitch, ready or not,
Yes. Further perpetuating the stigma. Further doing it.
But for you and your girls on Latin, you went home and you felt pussy. You went home and you felt like the doll.
Right.
You read the one boy that gave you a 3, but you went home and felt like you was that girl.
And you was reading him and he let you live, girl.
And he let you live.
All them boys, do you know we to get into it? One boy, we had to stop.
All of them.
Malaysia Booker lost her motherfucking life because somebody,
fender bender.
for a car accident, because somebody gave a nigga $200 to go out there and beat her.
No. 20.
20?
It was in the video. You can hear him. He said, and I motherfucking quote, you can pull it up right now. Give me $20, I beat that punk ass. 20. And the $20 was never motherfucking registered. He said it. He got half of a verbal confirmation and then proceeded to go over there and beat that girl. And then the community jumped in.
Wow, the community.
Can we talk about Ayanna Dior, who was at the motherfucking gas station, a child, by the way.
In a fender bender.
And once the girl realized that she was trans, it amped up from a fender bender to a whole issue about her being trans. What that got to do with her hitting your
And
car?
all them people beat her in that stuff.
And all of those people beat that girl like she stole something because she made a mistake that most people at 18, just learning to drive, make.
But then you will have people who will sit up here and even go to such extreme lengths to say, oh, well, that's not happening to all trans women. That's some outlier shit. That's some shit that rarely happens to them. Okay, let's use that example, hypothetically speaking, that is the case. It's an outlier type of shit. Both of those videos and instances that Hope Giselle and T.S. Madison just shared, it wasn't just one person throughout the video. It started off as a few people to now the fucking community, or a large group of people. And what's the part that's gagging is that there are people who will sit up there and say, oh, if you were being bullied, I would have jumped in. Like, if I was there and it's not cool, it's not cool. Those are the same niggas who say that, but those are the niggas who actually would be a part of the fucking mob. Look at the verbiage that was used in there. I'll beat that punk ass. See, they're showing the reality of how a lot of queerphobic people think. To a point to where a motherfucker was like, girl, if you pay me, I would really do what you want me to do. And I think Hope even said the money, there was not even a money exchange. It gave people a reason to avoid accountability. Because if we're in a fender bender, what does my gender expression or my gender identity, or however I decide to show up in life, how is that relevant to the fender bender? Isn't this where we need to be discussing about insurance shit? But it went from a fender bender to actual violence, documented violence. And even if I can find the comment from Ron. Ron, I haven't even seen it yet. Did you see the story of the black woman that was assaulted at an NYC convenience store because the owner assumed she was trans? There is footage of the store owner pulling her out of the store by her hair. And when it even comes down to that, it just shows that a lot of men don't have real respect for women. There are literally YouTube spaces now with this false ass, toxic ass red pill ideology. Not the part about us bettering yourself and putting worth in yourself, like the masculine version of divine masculine, but the one that's being prioritized, that's being marketed over the divine masculine, the toxic one that tells you to have control over things. They have spaces where it's like, now for men, in order to have respect against, with their wives and shit like that, that now we have to find a way to introduce violence and then use a religious concept to back it up and say that God solidified it. One of the biggest motherfucking movies on Tubi, Black Hood shit. When I saw it, I was like, girl, this could be so much better. But anyway, the movie was called If I Can't. I just recently saw that about a few days ago. And that type of toxic ass behavior and energy is glorified. And it just shows that, girl, men will assault your ass, regardless if you're trans or regardless if you are a cis, hetero, bi woman. That these niggas will still fuck you up. T.S. Madison has even made videos where she has told those who are in tune with their feminine energy and have a feminine expression or a way of life, that you have to protect yourself. If these niggas put their hands on you because they can't deal with no shit, and society has affirmed them and told them that the only way a man could express his lower vibrations and anger and frustration is in a way of putting their hands on somebody else instead of transmuting that into higher vibrations by doing something that's actually productive, that if they start to do that shit to you, girl, again, change the narrative. KTN, kill these ninjas. You have a right to live your life however you want to, as long as you're not hurting yourself or anybody the fuck else. If somebody else got an ignorant perspective on your life, let them have an ignorant perspective on your life. But once they overstep their boundaries from verbal to physical, I'm letting you know this now, you have every right to lose your mind and really show them what the fuck mental illness look like. Girl, defend yourself with such a veracity and such intense motherfucking energy, bitch, that hoes is gonna have to come to the crime scene, girl, and call in goddamn Catholic priest, girl, because there's such a dark energy. Since y'all think queer people are evil and demonic and have hell, girl, we gonna show you what that look like. The question is, bitch, is you ready for it? Because this is a battle that Jesus ain't gonna fight for you, girl. This battle ain't between me and the Lord, girl. It's between me and your motherfucking ass, girl. The Lord is just sitting there on the side, girl, ready to welcome you with open arms, bitch. You ready for your next life? Come on. The fuck?
But this bitch was able to waltz up to a group of our men. And let me stop talking about her for a second, because it's on y'all. Because I know y'all watching. All you DL niggas that watch Madison and you sit in silence and you jack your dick and you do all of that shit and you go home and you had a halfway conversations because you done seen this episode. I'm talking to you right now. All of you non-commenting motherfuckers right here that feel like I can see you. Yeah, bitch, I'm in your living room. Pay attention. All of you motherfuckers, y'all see how y'all let that bitch walk up and stunt and pop her shit and have you on camera and walk away? The next motherfucking time I see y'all have an issue with a black trans girl just walking by and minding her motherfucking business, I promise you, you better not ever let me catch you walking in real motherfucking life. Because I'ma embarrass you. What I can't stand is how you motherfuckers want to stand on, oh, I can't stand that faggot shit, that punk shit, that this, that, until it's somebody that don't look like you.
Right.
But you will put your motherfucking people through the bullshit, through the rigmarole, and through the ringer. And some of you women too. Some of you women and some of you men will give these other girls all of this motherfucking grace. But you will look at people like me and Madison and say, we're bullies. We're men. We nigga bitches and wigs. But you'll turn around and go live for Carmen Carrera. You'll turn around and go live for Nikita Dragon. You'll turn around and go live for Gigi Gorgeous. Make the fuck sense. But it's, oh, you black first. But it wasn't I was black first when you was supporting Nikita. And she motherfucking problematic.
And I think when people say you black first, because let's not act like there aren't black people who don't value other black lives. So I think when they say, oh, you black first, in a way, it kind of reinforces the fact that, oh, well, since society don't give a fuck about black people, I can tap into that energy and not give a fuck about black people either. But I get to choose about which black people I don't give a fuck about. And right now, I don't give a fuck about the trans. Oh, wow, a lot of the black community feels the same way about trans people and queer people. So if I unalive your ass, it's okay because you black. See how that evil ass type of thinking goes? That a lot of black people unfortunately subscribe to? Oh, you're black. Oh, you're black. Yes. So you also understand the fact that I'm what you consider expendable. That I can also be used as collateral for you to get your shit out. That's why self-love is very important, and the black community needs that. Because at this point, a lot of us in the community are watching it self-implode. And even some of the older individuals in the black community, the elders, are tired because they've been through some shit. They done been through this shit as far as the extreme part of it, the physical attributes of that, and we thank them for that. But now we're transitioning from the physical aspect of it now as far as the physical growth and evolution of what black people can do and oppressed groups of people can do, because it wasn't even just blacks. It was queer people too. Women's liberation, anti-war. There was a call of love coming in. But now we're moving into the next process, which is going to really bring in change, is now the mental and the emotional aspect. That's why the powers that be want men to turn off their emotions, or turn off the emotions that can make you actually human, and then find a way to make this shit gay as fuck so men can stay away from it. At least stay away from it publicly. This shit is deep. And what is very terrifying is the fact that a lot of us don't care. And when we don't care, it makes it easier for us to be destroyed. Which is why it's going to take self-love and healing and the mental and emotional aspect of it. That's going to bring the spiritual aspect into the physical aspect. And the powers that be, again, don't want you to tap into that. Which is why these distractions are very important for them. That's why they're attacking the word woke. Oh, everybody's trying to be woke. Hell yeah, a lot of people are trying to be woke. And to be honest, a lot of hoes that woke wish they had a choice to go back to sleep, because the reality is very terrifying. You're going to need mental and emotional awareness and stability in order to fucking survive. It ain't going to take just physical. What's that scripture in the Bible where it reads, the race is not given to the swift, nor is it given to the strong. It's given to those who endureth. You're going to need some sort of discipline and will in your life. And we sat out here for the longest time, hey girl, for the longest time, finding validation outside of us. That's literally selling your soul. But when you love yourself, first of all, you start working smarter and not motherfucking harder, bitch. And if there's any sort of hard work, it's inside of you, internally. But once you start working from the inside out, you can attract things to you that loves your energy and wants your energy to vibrate higher to where it affects other people in a positive, fruitful, and life-giving way. And for the black men that want to be leaders, heal your damn self mentally and emotionally so that you can show up as the men you want to be, instead of trying to punk us or force us into this false ass submission of who you think you are. And I'm gonna press play because it's gonna be a long night, y'all. I'm gonna be here for a minute. Make sure y'all like the video. again, listen to this as you're doing something, okay? Because I want to talk to your subconscious mind. That's what I want to speak to. But it goes back to the previous season or the latest season of The Boys, which is dope. I love that show with Homelander. And Homelander said, basically, kind of just, what's the word I'm looking for? Not paraphrasing in a sense. I would rather to be loved, worshipped, and adored by their own choice. But if they don't want to choose to love me, then the greatest thing that's next to that love is fear. I know it's fake. I know they really don't care. And I know that at any moment, they could be plotting on my downfall. But God damn it, I don't give a fuck. I need it. And if you won't give it to me, I'll just take it. I know you tried to come and dance and that's it, girl, but you're going to do more than dance. Because this is Junior birthday. Okay?
It wasn't about being black first when you were calling Gigi Gorgeous a Barbie. It wasn't about being black first when you were supporting Carmen. It wasn't about that. What it gives is it's self-loathing, it's self-hate, it's colorism. It is all of those things tied into one on top of your transmissio. It's okay to be trans. It's okay to be a nigga bitch so long as you ain't black. It's okay for them to do it because it's inherent in them. We expect that from them. But how dare you be black and try to live in your truth and live in your freedom?
Right.
You making us look bad.
Mm-hmm.
How is a motherfucker who has Grammy nominations making you look bad? How is a motherfucker who's showcasing a great positive relationship with their mother making you look bad?
Come on.
How is a motherfucker that Beyonce personally sought out making you look bad? How is a bitch that constantly entertains you and makes you laugh making you look bad? How is somebody that pours back into black women constantly making you look bad? How is a motherfucker that just spoke at the March on Washington making you look bad? How is Janet Mock the only motherfucking black woman to receive a multi-million-dollar motherfucking deal with Netflix to produce our content making you look bad?
Simply because you are doing things that they can't do or they're afraid to do. Because you have the right to show up as you want to. And I've been going to church for years and God still ain't do it for me yet. Or, oh my God, it's the fact that you can pull the niggas that I want who didn't even want me from the fucking start. But I'm mad about that. How dare you fags, you diesel dykes, you she-males, and everything in between, how dare y'all rise above me? How dare you live freely? Even though I got the privilege, girl, how dare you live freely in your way of life and still get what you want and you ain't have to conform like us? I don't see your ass at the church services. I don't see you at revival. I don't see you at the Friday night fish fry. I don't see you there at Men's Day when you need to be there according to them. I don't see y'all on these things. But meanwhile, you getting blessed. Not because you walked in your truth, girl, and the universe just gave you what you desire, because that's what God really is. It's really just a neutral energy source, and it's about your motherfucking intent on what you do with it. That's what happens when you study outside the Bible and you start actually educating yourself. Not because you was able to pierce Beyonce's heart to where it's like, bitch, let me use T.S. Madison in my shit and pay her. Bitch. It's not because her mother has made the choice to actually walk in the footsteps of Christ instead of a lot of other motherfuckers who don't even know what Christ energy is, girl. Christ came into church, girl. They probably would have told his ass to go. Okay, girl. Baby, Hope was frying. Got okay. Had this moment. I'm off of edible right now. Let me tell you something. I was working out when I listened to this live, and I was like, "Come on, y'all. This is the type of shit that I want to do as far as expressing one of my facets of BubzDaGawd and my Bubs flow. I love these type of conversations. I can have these conversations for hours, and I did before. That was also a part of my training, to listen to people. Because despite all these lines of division, there is some truth, there is some gray areas there, and I feel like if we were able to pay attention to that, then I feel like we would have the best choice of manifesting something that benefits all of us and not having to step on top of each other to feel closer to the goddamn sun, bitch. Don't you think it would be smarter to work together? But see, for humans, unfortunately, and especially here in America, it takes death and destruction for us to come together. When 9/11 happened, girl, wasn't no nigga shit, even though there was a new group of niggas now who was gonna be motherfucking talked about, and, you know, but for a moment, we were Americans. Girl, black people go on, white people go on planes, girl, and be happy when they see niggas on the plane, girl. Yes. You want to sit up here next to me? Come on, can we get him a drink or something? Hell yeah, you can sit next to me. I wish those sand niggas would do something to me now that Jerome's here. But then after that happened, what happened? We went back to our regularly scheduled program. But we got to work through this shit. And baby, Hope, Giselle, T.S. Madison, and countless other individuals who have been putting in the work, such as CTV, such as Reckless Logic, okay, such as Raw B, all right, and other ones on the rise like myself. I appreciate that there's an awareness of that happening now. And even though there's a lot of fear and ignorance out there, there are still some people who might be afraid of what's going on, but they're willing to face the fear. They're willing to try and see what it's giving. And even though the commentary that I've done on my channel, because baby, I've been putting in the work, okay? I am like one of the lost gems, bitch. I know my time coming. That's why I'm preparing myself mentally and emotionally and spiritually. So not only when I manifest a girl, I can appreciate it, because I'm going to have my Beyonce, why did God give me this life shit for at least a few days, bitch, crying. But I'm going to have to take great care and responsibility of my influence and my awareness. So I'm preparing for that now, but I'm learning to focus on those people. Because even though I've done, like I said, the commentary and stuff in the past, and you can check that out, please, I implore you that you do. There have only been a few people who have kind of tried to bridge the gap, or to try to just kind of like, okay, let me go listen to what they saying. And I'm always shout those people out. Tough Topics Podcast, shout out to her, because she actually sat through one of my lives. And even though there's going to be some sort of disagreements, because we're not going to agree on everything, I think the beginning foundation of respect, like genuine, authentic respect, not no fake politically correct respect, but like real life respect, is being established. And shout out to her, because she lives up to her name. Make sure y'all subscribe to her. Dr. Nakumbe from Black Men Unfiltered, the only black men from that sector that came over consistently, periodically, because again, all my content not gonna be for everybody, but for the important ones, he comes through and shares his love, shares his input. And it's on no homo shit. It's literally just on a understanding type of stuff. He's choosing to not make it gay because it ain't gay like that. The conversation is gay, but the emotions, that's not gay. That's simply a human understanding. There are other individuals like, what's his name? Damn, it's on the tip of my tongue, girl. Damn, Mr. Bennett over there on Black Men Unfiltered. He still has his own opinions and perspectives, but he's more objective with them. I forgot the other dude. He light skinned, girl. He like a masculine version of YB Entertainer, girl. No shade. All right. I forgot his name. And motherfucking Tyru. That nigga over there be arguing them niggas down, girl. How them niggas motherfucking sweating, upset. Girl, blood pressure be all high and shit. They be calling him bitch ass nigga, punk ass nigga. They just go right for the shit. And they be like, don't y'all understand when y'all do these lives and y'all be trying to act like y'all know what y'all talking about? It literally solidifies itself in the interwebs, girl, to where years from now in the future, motherfuckers gonna look back at this shit and be like, girl, what the fuck was wrong with these goddamn people? Thank you, Harold. Thank you, Mandrell. Thank you. See? I will always shout out men who are comfortable in their sexuality. For real. They ain't gotta talk about it. They know who the fuck they are. I'ma always honor those niggas. And T.S. Madison is also surrounded by those niggas. Hope Giselle is engaged to one of them niggas. I'ma always shout them out. And that's one thing that queer people need to do as well. The ones that understand and that's willing to understand and really, girl, fuck an ally. They accomplices when it comes to the human experience and true liberation and inclusivity. We need to honor them. Okay? How they making you look bad. Like Whitney Houston once said, the greatest love of all is inside of me. Hell yeah. That's the greatest love. The love that will never leave nor forsake. The love that will be with you 24/7, 365. See, these niggas ain't gonna be with you when you going through hell mode. A lot of times, motherfuckers you reach out to, girl, are not there. And again, you came in this world by yourself. You're gonna leave by yourself. If you gonna sit up here and give some... That's the thing. We live in a world now where people don't understand their own power, and they will pay any amount of money for other people to find it or be responsible for it for them. And there are people out there who are predators, people out there who are manipulators, people out there who do have some sort of ill will and ill intent will use that against you to say, hey, I have it. To the point to where now with this system and a lot of evils, like I don't say evil because everything has its purpose as far as growth and spirit is concerned, but in this world now, anything that's nefarious or that seems destructive, what they would do is they would cause the destruction and then offer you the tools and resources to rebuild. Complete hold on your life. Everything on our life is monopolized now. Our health, what we put into our bodies as far as food is concerned, how we're supposed to live our lives, what it looks like to be the all-American family. And some people ain't gotta like it because this is planet Earth, and I understand that everybody has a right to believe what they want to believe. But you ain't finna fuck up my life, bitch, because you got an issue. Good, we can fuck around and set you up with a new avatar right motherfucking now, bitch. Leave me the hell alone. Okay? Hours. I love these type of conversations too. And that's why I can do it for so long, because I already know one of my gifts and talents is in this type of thing here. Had one of the baddest motherfuckers ever in my life, girl, come through, girl. And I had the honor and privilege to soak up all this information to where it was like, bitch, I gotta go out and see how much of a real nigga I am to myself, girl. Fuck a motherfucker's approval, girl. Am I a real nigga to me? And I'm slowly but surely expanding the house of consciousness, the house of love, the house of awareness, to spread this energy in other places that adapt to my flow, because we are all different people. There might be some things that might pierce other people's hearts and may not pierce someone else's, but it's the same thing for all of us. So when we build community, we actually take a lot of the pressure off of ourselves, and we can we can explain the message of love in so many different ways that I feel like all of humanity can benefit from it. It's just like music. Music is a universal language. It crosses all type of borders. A motherfucker may not be able to speak American, girl, but when it comes to a certain song, girl, they will sing that shit down to where you think it's the bitch on the album singing it. How many motherfuckers over in Taiwan and shit sound like Celine Dion and Mariah Carey? You got motherfucking niggas over in Japan now over here dancing like niggas, girl. Like, girl, when we eat the ramen noodles, bitch, or is it a spiritual transfer of niggerdom, girl? Because they over there sounding, singing R&B songs and shit, girl, be giving me the Holy Ghost, girl. And all I can say is konnichiwa.
But you'll give snaps and hand claps of praise to bitches who just walk around looking pretty in a cosplay of you, per your words, not mine. Just because her skin tone is different. Make it make sense.
Thank you, Hero. I received that.
That bitch don't even speak your motherfucking language.
Thank you. That was affirmation.
But
Thank
you
you
giving
so
her
much for
all
that.
of
That's
her
affirmation.
motherfucking
Oh my
flowers.
God, thank you.
And condemning the girl up the street because some funky dick ass nigga claims that she looked at him the wrong way.
Did you see that? Crazy. Get your cute ass out the way.
Oh, that part killed me.
Get your cute ass out the way.
I said, when she was holding her tongue to the side, I said,
No, I'm talking about something
damn.
when they did that. They was beating that girl when she said,
Updates.
Okay. So, that was the video of them sharing that. Now we're going to get into the update video. Okay, and again, please, if you can, like the video for me, all right? This is definitely going to be somewhat of a late night with Bubs, baby. Hero, Joe, your comment just affirmed it for me, because when I tell you, I know that a shift is going to happen very, very soon. I can feel it. I have a certain, I ain't gonna tell you what it is, but there is something that I really want to manifest, and I feel like it's coming very close. And baby, when that shit hit, baby, but I also have to be aware, girl, that with great power comes great responsibility. Be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. It's a lot of people now that get what they want, girl, but don't know how to handle it, maintain it. I be thinking about the things I want to do in the way that I want to help people, and all I'm learning how to do now is have faith. And it's something on my Instagram I want to read real quick. What's up, Aaron? What's going on, broski? What's going on? Shout out to Aaron in the building, okay? Shout out to you. Let me read this real quick. He said, hey, y'all. Hey, you all. Yeah, we just having a conversation about the trans experience, and again, just being a same gender loving man of color to do my due deals as far as standing with my trans sisters. And for people who watch me on the regular, they know what I give. So this is exactly what my element is, girl. No shade. Where is it at? Did I save it? I think I shared it, didn't I? Fuck. Zoom it. Okay, here we go. It was from this thing here, wasn't it? 1 second, y'all. I'm trying to pull it up. Is this it? No. 1 second, y'all. Yes, this is it. It's from his Instagram page that I follow called starseed_777. And this was on 2 days ago. And it has a Palladian point of view. I guess that's a form of aliens or something, girl. Let me tell you something, girl. Y'all love the Bible so much, girl. The Bible about to manifest, bitch. It's about to be all type of supernatural shit, girl. The Bible is a magical book, bitch. It's about the supernatural. Hoes coming from, raising from the dead, girl. Demons, all type of shit going around, girl. It's about to be Castlevania Nocturne in this bitch. It's about to be motherfucking The Last of Us in this bitch, girl. Y'all about to really manifest this shit. But anyway, it says, we have been telling you for some time now that your understanding of time is shifting. It is becoming more flexible as you move deeper into 5D energies. You don't have to go through a series of long steps to accomplish something. You can jump directly to the end result. This is why we always encourage you to focus on the end result and not how it will happen. Again, this is why we always encourage you to focus on the end result and not how it will happen. Let me bring it to you from a biblical perspective, a spiritual, metaphysical perspective. And again, I'm still learning. I don't know everything, but I do be paying attention to shit. When Christ was able to manifest miracles in the world, there was one thing that Christ, according to that narrative, would ask those people. He would simply ask them, do you believe? Do you believe? Well, what do you mean by do you believe? Well, do you believe that you can be healed? Do you believe that you can be whole? Do you believe that you can be complete? Because religion, the way that it teaches us now, that's why I'm so grateful for books. And I got some older books than my grandma had, girl. I didn't know. But they teach us to put the responsibility of our healing, of our breakthrough on other people and not on ourselves. See, we gonna have to be able to not just have the faith the size of a mustard seed, but actually put action behind our faith, which means that we have to find a way to actively participate in our healing, in our breakthrough, in our deliverance, in whatever it is that you want to manifest that is enhancing your life. We have to connect to it. A lot of times we get caught up on the how, and even with me being a human, one thing that I'm battling, I'm getting better, but I still battle, and I feel like it's going to be a thorn in my flesh, but I also think it's going to be a blessing as well, because when I do show up, girl, I show all the way up, but I still sometimes struggle with procrastination. And it's not because I'm lazy, because I know how to put in the work when the time comes for it. And again, I'm working smarter, not harder, bitch. You can climb the rough side of the mountain, hoe. I'm going to tell that bitch to move out of my way. I have a choice. You do too, but this is my choice. But anyway, like, girl. Focusing on what you desire and walking by faith means I don't know how the fuck this shit finna happen. Because I'm pretty sure if I knew objectively, I would fucking do it. But when you walk by faith, it means walking into uncharted territory so that whatever experiences come about, you just learn from it, because God is in there somewhere for you. This is where your journey begins. And in the beginning, you're going to look at it like, oh my God, I don't want to learn this. Oh my God, this sucks. I don't know if I have the time for this. I don't know if I have the energy for this. But once you start applying that shit and you see shit change in your motherfucking life, bitch, you'll start to actually enjoy the process. And for me, what's helping me is to learn how to look at life like a student. When I think of the word master, I don't think they're the master of everything. They just been able to create such a deep, disciplined will within themselves to believe something wholeheartedly, regardless of what the outside world says, and operates in that. They will literally attract the reality that they desire, which is the reason why both T.S. Madison and Hope Giselle, despite what y'all say about them, what you know about them, they can walk in the street and will always and forever get a miss, ma'am, her, she, regardless of what you know, girl, they manifested their reality. And instead of you focusing on how they manifest, instead of you focusing on what they getting because they working through their self-love and manifestation game, girl, you need to be asking questions like, bitch, how did you do that? Humble your damn ego, bitch, and try to learn how they fucking did that. And then find a way to make it your own. Anyway, let's get into the update of the trans woman that was unfortunately attacked a few weeks ago, which again, if you want to hear my commentary on it, you can go back to my archives and check it out. The name of the video is the LGBT plus community is a protected group, because there are some people who believe we're so protected. Okay, girl, whatever. Let's get into the actual update.
To Baltimore, I don't know if y'all, but you did the video about, you told them, okay. So the girl in Baltimore, we had a rally for her. Kenya, first of all, is struggling with drug abuse.
Okay.
When that video happened, a lot of people were wondering why Kenya didn't respond when she was being hit with those crates and kicked and all of that other stuff. Kenya was going through a relapse. Those boys are her sellers. That night, Kenya went for her fix, could not afford to pay. They taunted her. And when she was trying to get away, she asked them to move your cute ass out the way. Not because she was interested, but because she's high. Y'all sell to this girl on a regular. So you know what kind of girl she is. Right. You know she's not in her right state of mind. And y'all still took the opportunity to beat that girl. Here's the update. We went up to Baltimore swiftly and held a rally for her. We shut down the streets. Thankfully, and this is why I say not all cis women and the children are our future. 2 young girls coming home from school, walking back down that way, ID'd 2 of the young boys that were a part of it. When they ID'd the young boys then said that they were going to pull a strap out on the girls for snitching.
Isn't that part of the hood code, girl? That affects all of blackness? Snitches get stitches and they're left in rotting in ditches. Y'all want to see a dead body? So now that it's time to be accountable, now that this false viewpoint of, oh, I'm exempt, bitch, I'm rich, I'm this, I'm heterosexual, girl, they gonna, all the type of stuff, now that the accountability is coming, you want to end up taking out the people who snitched on you just for that same community, and she's going to reveal it, to justify your behavior. So not only do you quote unquote get your way, now somebody else has to lose their life because they caught a glimpse of the shit that you did. And of course, when you catch the privileged and the privileged is not accountable, you know there's some sort of retribution that has to happen, right? And the same niggas who do that shit will be the same niggas, if they were to go to prison, who will be on shirts talking about free wook wook and moo moo and you you and them, while the friends of those individuals end up looking for the person who put them in there.
This girl, even the day of, was still in relapse and remission, and when she saw these boys, she had PTSD. She couldn't even speak because she was so afraid of what they were going to do to her, because she came back with all of us. So when I tell you girls who are not black to be careful about how y'all navigate these streets with these young black boys, because y'all can get away with things that we can't get away from. This girl was a customer and client of theirs. Comes to them frequently. These young girls ID'd them in front of the police. We had a full video and a willing participant from somebody at another business that had a clearer version of the video, and no arrests were made.
Wow.
So when I sit here and I say this, I don't want y'all to think that I'm coming for white girls, or I don't like Latina women, or I'm just some mad, black, dark-skinned bitch, because it's not about that. It's about the fact that we can come with all the evidence in the world, and not only is social media going to try to find a way to justify it without knowing the details of what this girl was struggling with and the fact that they were enabling her habit, but also that she's never going to get justice, because now all they see is a transgender crackhead who's going to do it again. And so therefore, why should we pull these young boys off the street if she's just going to buy something else from another set of them? And thus the cycle fucking continues.
Yep.
And then you have the men in custody who are perpetuating the actual damage against the community, and the community is so afraid of them that they will sit up here and literally make their oppressors the victim, even though the evidence shows otherwise. And again, y'all think Jesus finna come the fuck back for this shit? Wow.
Yep.
And that's the unfortunate reality that a lot of queer people have to accept right now, is that it's a yep thing. It's a yep thing. There are some people, again, in oppressed groups who have dealt with this shit so much that there's no way to escape it, according to them. But there will always be an opportunity to change your mind and to escape your own personal bondage, and then connect with others who have done the same, so we can help others escape their own, again, personal, subjective experience, and then work on the greater picture. And like I said, it seems like, unfortunately, the narrative is going to have to change. Again, what if trans women started really arming themselves so that when these niggas start doing this shit and they respond back with extreme aggression? I ain't talking about no motherfucking 1, 2, 3 flee. I'm talking about bow, 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 bow. Got the gun sounding like motherfucking Blues Clues in this bitch, girl. It seems like that's going to have to be the narrative, because if you expect queer people to just let you do shit to them so that you can get your aggression out, bitch, you're going to be sadly mistaken. Because all it's going to take is for one trans woman of color to lose her motherfucking mind, and if something was to even happen to her, she has just started a revolution of trans people who's going to follow suit. And queer people have already out-argued y'all. Queer people have already out-intellectualized y'all, girl, because again, we're black, so we have to work twice as hard, and then on top of that, we're queer, so we have to work even harder, bitch. What do you mean? There are some motherfuckers who learn from this shit and rise to the motherfucking occasion, bitch, and it's overqualified. So what happens when the queer people start majoring in what y'all major in as the majority? Will we have the conversation then, or will we go down the dark, demonic route of now we have a right to exterminate them? Because now it's a defense of us. The 99% is so shook by the 1% that bad, it shows how weak a lot of the 99% is. And if your ass is secure in the 99%, bitch, and you know who you are in the 99%, it is now then your job to help the others in the community of heterosexuality, the 99% who ain't getting it, to help them fucking get it. Because they can get it in other type of ways as well. And there are individuals like T.S. Madison and like some other mystics, girl, on YouTube, and I'm growing in my baby mysticism as well, girl, that once they have exhausted every extreme that there is, and it comes down to self-defense, girl, who will not only know how to physically respond, girl, but spiritually respond to your ass. There are some people you just don't fuck with. And sometimes people gonna have to fucking learn. I think as long as they are licensed gun owners, as long as it's a self-defense, trans people are only following state gun laws. When in Rome, do what the Romans do. Hell, at this point, didn't even Christ say that? If I'm not mistaken. Render unto Caesar's what's Caesar's, and render unto God what's God's. So, the next video that we have, because we have two more, this one and then the last one. was, I think, from today's or yesterday's live, y'all. Again, I gotta forgive me, okay? Where T.S. Madison still, unfortunately, has to defend herself from insecure, low vibrational, no dick getting ass biological cisgendered women who are jealous, who are feeling some type of way because, again, the TS, who to this day is T.S. Madison girl, who owns and has self-agency over her expression. That despite the way that God, source, universe, consciousness is blessing her because she understands it, that there are people out there who are denying her experience and the experiences of other people, so much to the point to where the people who feel some type of way are taking that shit personal, girl. I don't know if this is the one where Madison speaks about her pinned comment, because I was trying to rush and get this live together, because y'all, I want to do this and I'm about to chill for the rest of the night. My ass low-key tired, and again, I'm not feeling good. So, but we're going to get into this experience about, once again, how T.S. Madison, for the 1000th time, is speaking about the trans experience and how it's being ignored by people who say they don't care, but they care. But they care for the wrong reasons. Okay? Let's get into this video.
Got all around this stuff because Mo, even as an African Nigerian man, with his roots into whatever it is he believed, Mo chose, I'm gonna respect her. Now, do I believe that she a woman? I mean, spiritually she may be.
You give me woman vibes.
Woman vibes.
Like, for example, if I just random, and the only reason I'll say this is because I know you, I've met you, I know about who you are. But if I saw you out on the street, I'm gonna be able to tell.
You thought I was a woman, and not even just tell. I don't give a fuck. See, can I be honest?
Yeah.
This is what y'all really. I don't give a fuck if you can tell or not. That's not. I'm comfortable.
But I'm not even just talking about how you look. I'm just talking about like as an overall.
But I think that's what a lot of people get in their brain. Like they be like, I don't care if you can tell or not. But ain't no more. Give me one of the good ones. Ain't no. I don't care, and I think I don't care if you can tell or not. And I think that's what a lot of people get in the brain. Like, you trying to fool me? No, bitch. I don't give a fuck what you know.
She is the TS, the.
I don't give a fuck what you know. I don't care what you know. That ain't got nothing to do with me. What the fuck you know? It's about what I know.
Mm-hmm.
It's about what I know. I'm not sitting over here throwing my head over there talking about, girl, honey, girl, the realest. Because again, I'm going to say this with conviction. It's not hard to look like. It's not hard. Have you not seen the women walk around here in the world?
And let's talk about that real quick. I did in one of my lives where I used Little Kim as an example. The idea of Little Kim in the way that she was introduced to us in the world, and that low-key gave birth to how a lot of female rappers would look aesthetically and all this stuff, wasn't even really her own design. It was a sexual figment of Biggie Small's imagination. So even the way that women are supposed to look according to societal standards and what's considered desirable and not desirable is not even something that's created by women or females. It's created by men that want to have a certain type of woman on their arm. And I even use the example again in my live, Janet Jackson, who is a sex symbol according to societal standards and cultural standards, And it took her almost being in her 30s to finally feel sexy about herself. Because as sexy as she was objectified. And as you see, the value of what a woman looks like fluctuates. Let's not forget, during the late 90s, early 2000s, it was the naturally beautiful girl, the girl who had natural, small, little perky titties, a nice little small booty, maybe a little cup, a little apple booty or something or whatever, nothing too big or whatever. But she had the inner glow and the beautiful smile and the even smooth skin. And now it's transitioned to this whole Kim Kardashian, big ass, big titties, little waist, just all this stuff, because the bigger the better, right? And again, a lot of women, including bio females, a lot of them end up getting these surgeries done not because they want to look good, because there are some individuals who getting surgeries for themselves to enhance their reality of what they want, but will literally get these enhancements not for themselves, but so that they can be chosen. Because again, we're being told what high value men and women look like. And there are people who are literally trying to escape poverty or escape the undesirable side of humanity or society, to where they will put themselves through these surgeries, through these cosmetic enhancements, in order to manifest that life. And for a lot of them, not all, because T.S. Madison is living in her truth and loving her life, regardless of whatever has been cosmetically done. But there are a lot who get that done and they are miserable. Look at little Kim, to what she has become now. She didn't know what a sexy version of herself, or didn't affirm a sexy version of herself, to where she ends up looking how she looks now. And even though she looks that way, she still is worthy of love and admiration, and for someone to love her for who she is. Because there are some women who go to such extreme lengths and end up not even looking like a damn human. But even if that was the case, that there are people in the world who are going to love them for who they are, even though the society or the majority, unfortunately, will not. And what Madison is saying is that, bitch, I show up as the TS every day, and God, Source Universe, still blessing the TS, and it's blessing me in y'all face. And a lot of people are mad and upset because she's able to manifest in their face every time. Let's continue.
It's not hard to look like a woman. It's not hard to look like a man. It's not hard. It's not difficult. It's not like you got to put these, it's not like you got to put in this thing, because there are a lot of women out here who not even putting effort into themselves. It's not hard to look like a broad. It's not, Mo. It's not difficult. Sorry. I'm so sorry. So my thing is not trying to fool you. My thing is being solid in me, bitch.
And on top of that, niggas gonna have to actually get to know a bitch before they stick their dick in it. That's why a lot of these niggas is mad, because back in the day, they could just go ahead and stick their dick in and do what they want to do and move. Now you gotta actually get to know a bitch. And what Madison has revealed to us, and other people in the community have revealed as well, that some of them niggas are okay getting down with the get down. Gotta get up. Get up out of your seat, bitch. But in the dark, though. But see, a lot of those people have to bank on people that are queer to be insecure, to where they'd never tell. Because the people who are fucking around with the queer people, I don't know if they subconsciously know or what, but or whether they're consciously know that because you're an outcast in society, or at least in the black community, that I'm your only access to this group that excludes you. And especially if they trade, because there's a lot of gay men and trans people, just queer people that like trade. And I don't know if it's because, like, there are some who like the masculine energy, because even me, like, I am attracted to feminine energy, but I'm also opening myself up to masculine energy, because my partner could be a whole nigga, I don't know. But I look at it in a way of, like, for a lot of people, it's what we have is very taboo. And it's like this romanticized version of it, like, oh, I get to have something, even if it's periodically, a long periodically time. Even if it is late at night, even if it is for a few minutes, a few hours, even if it's a few days a week, I get my fix of being connected to the community in some way, because somebody from that community that ostracized me, demonized me, and exiled me wants to fuck with me, and fuck with me in this way, to where I'll take it. And a lot of those men end up catching feelings for those they fuck with on the low, because those individuals allow them to become stress relievers for them, to where they can take your ass to Pound Town and bust all kind of motherfucking nuts and know that you will take it. Because let me tell you this, and this might hurt, but can't no motherfucker suck a dick like a man. Can't nobody eat pussy like a female. You know why? Because males who identify as men like myself, who love and honor and identify with they dick, know how they want they dick sucked. So they can use their imagination to suck another man's dick. The same thing for lesbians, girl. They know how to ride that shit. They know how to ride them waves, girl. When the moment of orgasm comes, they know how to go with it. They understand the emotional part. Don't touch me, don't touch me. They already know. Y'all not ready for these type of conversations, girl. Y'all just want the basic, generic, surface level, echo chamber type of conversation, and that's cool. That's fine. Where the motherfuckers that's willing to get in the mud? Where are they at? The motherfuckers that's ready to roll their sleeves up, and not just in the sense of putting boots to the pavement, because girl, we've been putting boots to the pavement for the longest time, girl, and still stuck in the same place. There has to be some sort of mental and emotional and spiritual awareness and strategy that needs to be implemented into these things, because if we keep doing the same thing, girl, they can respond the same way and then grow even more sinister in their evolution. Let's continue.
I don't give a fuck what you know. What you know don't got shit to do with me.
Bitch.
Nothing. I had ran into a man in the motherfucking stove, and that motherfucking man gonna say, you almost fooled me. I said, I wasn't trying to fool you, nigga. I wasn't trying to motherfucking fool you. I don't even know you, nigga. The fuck is you talking about? I don't even know you. I wasn't trying to, bitch, why did you even try to tap me on my shoulder to tell me that? Why did you even try to tap me on my motherfucking shoulder to tell me that I almost fooled you? I wasn't trying to, I don't even know you, nigga. I don't give a fuck about you. Anybody out there that's listening to the words that's coming out of my mouth, understand how powerful that is. A nigga tapped me on my shoulder and told me I almost fooled him. And I turned around and told that nigga, I don't give, bitch, I wasn't trying to fool you. I don't even know you, nigga. Why is you disturbing my day? Tapping me on my motherfucking shoulder.
And shout out to Deshaun, because his comment came up.
I didn't ask you if I was gonna fool you. Bitch, I got up today to go out in the world as me. Me being me ain't got shit to do with you.
And not only that, fool is like, is to like intentionally deceive you.
You just being it was yourself. Just crazy that the man tapped me on my motherfucking shoulder to tell me, disturb me from what I was doing.
Right. To tell you that.
Hey, you almost fooled me. I was like, what? Nigga, I don't give a fuck what you I wasn't trying to fool you, nigga. Who the fuck is you? You thought that was a compliment? That you thought you tried to compliment me? Cause nigga, when it got down to it, I was gonna let you suck my dick.
Huh?
When it really boiled down to it, I was gonna let you suck my dick. I was gonna allow you to suck my motherfucking dick if I wanted it. That blew that motherfucking man away. He's like, oh, yes, nigga. When I go out my door, it's not about you, it's about me.
Right. And you ain't gotta fuck with it either. You ain't gotta fuck. That's another thing too. You don't have to fuck with it. Ain't nobody say it, bitch. I can understand if Madison walked up behind him and was like, bitch, girl, you gonna sit on this dick. Bitch, what? You got a dick? Bitch, you gonna sit on it. I can understand if she was aggressive with her thing. But she mind her own business, girl, and all of a sudden, oh, I didn't know. I wasn't trying to let your ass know anyway, nigga. Cause like she said, if I want, she know how a lot of these niggas' minds work. And you would have been one of the ones who would have went ahead and would have been on their damn knees looking up to the hills where your help come from, bitch, with your tongue out like Meg Thee Stallion. Ah. You can't make this shit up, bruh. When hoes start ignoring the obvious shit, that's the mental illness. As much as I believe queer people are mentally ill, girl, no, that's the mental illness, girl. When you sit up there and ignore what's objectively there. And don't deal with what's objectively there, especially when your ass is unconsciously, and some of you motherfuckers consciously, because y'all just choosing to be ignorant, to continue to influence the violence perpetuated against queer people. Now she almost fooled him. He clocked her instantly. He knew. Just like how once again they showed the video of that one boy who called old girl 3 and said, I told you, I know it, I told you. See, that's how they be tricking our men. He went out of his way to tell Maddie that he knew. Girl, and queer people are the mentally ill ones at large. Struggle to prove the mental illness, girl, for real, objectively about the 1%, girl. But the queer people can pick up all that bullshit in the majority, baby. Wow.
That motherfucker was blown back by that shit. Oh shit. Yes, because you just, bitch, I was doing something else. You over here think I'm trying to test my real, bitch, I'm not 20 years old thinking about fucking, can I pass or not?
And then on top of that, didn't Madison, the T.S. Madison girl, didn't she upload a video about how this African motherfucking scammer called her phone talking about, I want to see your poom poom, I want to see your pussy, I want to see your titties, me busted a bad nut, grumby clot on the titty, girl. And she sat up there and told that man that she is a whole trans woman, girl, and all that stuff. I don't care, I want to get married with you, I want you. Was lying and scamming just to see the pussy, not the pussy, but the pussy. Was on the phone with that motherfucker on and off for at least almost an hour, girl. She ain't got to make this up. People just don't want to understand. They don't want to believe, girl. And that's what I'm saying, girl. If you're afraid to believe, I'd rather you just say, girl, I can't believe that happened. I can't believe, I'm still trying to process it. Just be honest. with the complete denial of this shit, especially when it's objectively proven to you in your fucking face, girl, with goddamn Stevie Wonder and motherfucking Ray Charles, bitch, and Hella Keller collectively can motherfucking see your ass, girl, point your ass out, girl, in the jury, bitch, say your fucking name and what you sound like. It's still not, wow. Wow. Girl, that's the power of privilege, girl. I can get away with this shit. Wow.
I'm not 20. When I was 20 years old, when I was back 19, 20, 23, I was caught up in realness and all that kind of shit. I don't give a fuck about that shit.
Of course, I wouldn't give a fuck about it either, especially if the universe is blessing me by just me showing up as who I am every day. I ain't got to lie, Craig. I ain't got to lie to kick it. Now, the last video we have for this live tonight is a video 7 years ago, and I'm so mad because there were other videos where Madison was really like in the shit, girl. She was really into the Malcolm X side of it, girl, and I was kind of getting my life because at this motherfucking point, bitch, I know what it's like. I grew up being bullied by niggas and physically harmed. I'm at a place in my life, girl, to where it's like, girl, I will let loose on your ass if you fuck with me, especially if it's not warranted. I will turn into Jack in this bitch and forget everything that happened, girl. All that shit that y'all say about gay people, girl, I'm gonna be all of that and then some on your ass if you fuck with me. Leave me alone. Not everybody is going to be scared. Not everybody is going to be frozen in fear. There is a choice between fight or flight, and some of us is like, well, bitch, if you're gonna kill me, I'm not going to at least make it easy for your ass. And like she said, bitch, if that was the case, girl, I'm taking one of you motherfuckers with me, girl. And I'm still learning spiritual shit, bitch. So if you motherfuckers take me out, girl, while I'm learning spiritual shit, especially astral projection and shit, I already know what it's like to be outside the body, girl. I'm that's one of the things I want to learn, girl. Bitch, I will dog walk your ass in the motherfucking waiting room of heaven or hell or wherever we at, girl, until whatever comes for us comes for us. So that when you incarnate in the next lifetime, girl, like Erykah Badu, bitch, you will remember. But I'm gonna let y'all see this video because this is the serious part, and I'm gonna change the goddamn music real quick, girl. I want y'all to see this. All right? Mother Maddie, please educate us on what is imperative, because again, we have done the work to show how the ignorant outside of us, a lot of the homophobia, queerphobia, how it's happening and that it's on the rise and that a lot of people don't fucking care. So what can we do in the meantime, in between time, to help defend ourselves or remedy the situation or change the narrative? And I want y'all to see it. Again, this is 70 years ago.
Let me tell y'all something, right? Let me tell y'all something. I just want to say this real quick before I even. I'm about to just chill today. I'm gonna clean up my house. I just want to say this, man. You can't please people. You can't win for losing. You can't never please people that want to hear you say something perfect, or they just want you to be perfect, or they want the perfect thing to come out of your mouth. Man, let me tell y'all something. Kiss my whole motherfucking ass. If you don't kiss some of it, kiss my whole motherfucking ass with that bullshit. Like, dog. So you mean to tell me I make a video talking about the girls getting their life together with a concealed weapons, getting a license to carry, a license to have a weapon to protect themselves, to get their home, to get a home so they can have a big investment, and I ain't saying nothing positive? Or I'm saying some shit that ain't positive? Like, man, y'all get the fuck out of here. Listen, I'm T.S. Madison, and the reason why I'm T.S. Madison is because I'm unapologetic for being T.S. Madison. You feel me? Like, I'm not gonna say the shit that everybody wanna hear. I'm gonna say what the fuck I feel. I'm gonna say how I feel. That's just what it is. I'm gonna say how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Y'all hoes got to miss. That's right, Fifi. Y'all hoes got to miss me with that bullshit. You bitches want me to say perfect shit. I'm gonna tell you something. If y'all want them girls, if you want them trans activists and those trans activists and advocates that's gonna sit up there and march for you bitches after y'all dead, then y'all on the wrong page. If you want those trans activists and those trans advocates and whatever. If you want them girls, you ain't gonna get that over here on this motherfucking page. You ain't gonna get this. You gonna get me cussing. You gonna get me talking intellectually. You gonna get me laughing and joking. You gonna get all that from me. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that shit. You feel me? I'm not sugarcoating nothing what really goes on out here on the ground. I'm the bitch that's on the ground that's telling y'all how it's going on the ground. You feel me? Like, I'm telling you, y'all hoes need to get a pistol. These niggas is killing us. I'ma say it the way it need to be. These niggas is killing us. Y'all hoes need to get a pistol. If I ain't saying nothing positive, then go out there and let these niggas kill you or get killed and shit. I ain't marching for you. I'm not speaking out for you. Because I told you before, get you a motherfucking pistol. Get you a pistol, get you a concealed weapon, get you a license to carry your pistol. If the rest of these people got problems with what I say, don't watch my shit. Don't get under that. And don't come trying to coach me or come trying to tell me about how I should deliver a message. I'm telling these girls. I'm letting y'all girls know. These niggas is killing y'all. They kill.
And she is speaking from a place of experience. That's why people have to do their motherfucking research, okay? She has shared plenty of stories. I think you can go to Ballroom Throwbacks YouTube channel, type in Ballroom Throwbacks T.S. Madison, and there's a whole interview that they gave her back in the day, where there were men who are trans attracted, who wanted to bust a nut, who would use that, who would get their nut off and then rob. Points to where she's had guns pulled on her. She is dealing with, again, because of the work that she used to do that she no longer does anymore, she also still learned from that experience. And especially at that time, she was saying, look, if y'all are seeing objectively, like I'm seeing how these numbers are rising, you then now have a responsibility. I know it's scary. I know it's unfair. I know it's not right. I know it shouldn't be this way, but we also have to accept the reality of where we are. Once we deal with the fear aspect of that, now we can move on to the preparedness or the defensive part of that. See, a lot of people expect people like T.S. Madison to, like Kim Burrell said in the song that I played earlier, girl, which is one of my old songs I wrote when I first started smoking weed, girl. I was just on some shit, trying some shit. That people like T.S. Madison, people like myself, people like the queer community, they expect us to fall into their narrative of, because we're queer, we are evil, we don't deserve any real, true, genuine love. We deserve AIDS. We deserve a life full of misery. We deserve death. And before death comes, we deserve a prelude to what awaits us in the afterlife because we chose this lifestyle, which is hell. And you have T.S. Madison that says, okay, bitch, that's what y'all can believe, but that's y'all goddamn fantasy, girl, and that's y'all shit. Me living my own life, I'm going to learn from my situations. To where she was able to turn what she was doing on the streets into a profitable business that to this day, she still eats off of. And at that time, she was teaching those who do fuck with trade, those who are in the adult entertainment industry at that time, especially trans girls, and not even trans girls. Her message is really across the whole spectrum of womanhood, which means that even if you are a bio cisgendered woman, you're not exempt from domestic abuse. You're not above a man whooping your ass, girl. And that anything is motherfucking possible. So if anything is possible, wouldn't it be better to prepare yourself? You might attract an individual who's willing to respect you because you know how to protect yourself, to where it's like, oh, okay, well, I know that she ain't playing. I like that. But because she's trying to educate trans women that even though the world we live in discriminates against you so much to where some of them had to resort to sex work in order to survive, that if that's what the path you're on, it does not have to be the path forever. That you can take that money, take that knowledge that you learned from the situation, and then transmute that into something that benefits you to where you don't have to do that anymore. To help other trans girls and queer people of color to become more financially literate. Because she pays attention to shit. And because she is helping an oppressed group of people rise, now it's a problem and an issue. And again, this is 7 years ago. And we're still having the same conversations. What the fuck? There is a group of people that understand, and there are a group of people who at this point don't want to understand. And I would prefer for that group to wear the title of queerphobic and transphobic proudly. Just be motherfucking honest. And with that honesty, now that you've labeled yourself that, if you were to try to be queerphobic or transphobic to somebody in the queer community or a trans person, and they pulled a blicker off your ass because they have a clean record to which they can get a CPL or a CCW. The trans woman who does go to the gun range twice a week for 2 hours and is getting better with her aiming. Girl.
Killing us. They killing our motherfucking ass. They killing trans and gay people. They killing us. So bitch, it's either them or me, and it's gonna always be them. I'm gonna kill me a bitch before they kill me, and that's just what it's gonna be. And if my platform, I ain't got no pretty clean platform where I'm up here like, oh my God, and listen, and what we need to do is trans people. What we need to do as trans people is blow a bitch head off if we got to. If we need to whoop a nigga ass in the street, that's what we gotta do. You feel me? If we gotta whoop one of our own sister's ass in the street, that's what we gotta do. If that's what happened, that's what we gotta do. You feel me? Because this is what's going on right out here in this world. When we read these articles, that man walked in that house. I don't know the story in full, but that man walked in the house and killed that fucking trans girl in front of her mama while they was watching TV. You feel me? Now we got people want to march for this, and we want to march around for that. Motherfucker walk in my mama house, bitch, and with that talking that shit, I'ma shoot they motherfucking ass, because my mama know I got a pistol at my mama house. I keep a pistol at my mama shit. Bitch, you got me fucked up. I get so sick of y'all acting like that there has to be a specific way or there is a right or a wrong way, or you have to be this way. Bitch, I'm this way. I'm in my own lane. I don't need to pattern myself after another motherfucker. You feel me? I don't have to live my life like another motherfucking bitch. Know that. Hoes follow my lead. I'm a leader. Okay? That shit pisses me off. It's like, girl, like you can't win for losing. Like every time I say some shit, you always want to scrutinize it and say, oh well, you know, that's wrong. You not being positive. Man, okay, well if it ain't being positive, then you need to jump on. Y'all need to get on somebody else. Y'all need to get on somebody else's platform. On this platform, I'ma tell you, niggas is taking us out in the street. They fucking us. They robbing us. This is what they're doing. They're fucking us. They're robbing us, and they're killing us. And they out here telling people that they didn't know what we were. And a lot of us sit around here and act like, you know what I'm saying, we be playing victim and shit like that. And not to say, yes, I'm gonna sit up here and tell you, we meet these niggas on the internet. We meet them in the club. Yeah, sometimes a bitch ain't told the truth, but sometimes them niggas know what 99% of the time, them niggas know what's going on. You feel me? 99.999% of the time, because the nigga know the trans women are beautiful, but there's a difference in between the two. It's a difference, boo. You feel me? Some gon' click off in that. That nigga knows if he asks a question. If a nigga liking a trans girl, he like a trans girl. That's what it is. That's what he like. Niggas like to eat coochie. All the niggas I know like to eat pussy. So if a nigga ain't ate a bitch pussy, he know what's up. If he went down on you and ate your pussy, bitch, he know what the fuck you is, so you might as well go ahead on and tell him what's up. If you know what I'm saying, like, just so this nigga don't be killing you, or so this dude don't be slicing your throat, so this dude don't be on the news or whatever getting off getting off on a charge on your murder, and you got bitches over here talking about how I can't tell the raw hard truth, how I can't talk the hard raw truth about the situation. You got bitches over here want to march after you dead. Bitch, I'm trying to teach you hoes to protect yourself while you're alive. Protect yourself while you're here. Tell these niggas what you is, if you think that they don't know, tell them what you is, and then when you reassure them what you are, you feel me, and keep you a pistol, and get your license to carry your pistol, so that I don't have to be, because I ain't gonna do it. So that them other girls don't have to be over here now speaking your name or speaking about you. Bitch, I'm gonna tell you to have your shit, protect your ass. Protect your ass. And if it may come out wrong, or it may sound wrong to you, but bitch, I'm gonna tell you from the way it's coming on the inside of me. It's coming out to me because I done lived through this shit. I done lived through this shit. You feel me? I done lived through this shit. So I'm gonna tell you, bitch, you better go out there and get you a pistol, and you better try to keep your motherfucking name clean so you can get you a concealed weapon license so that you can carry your pistol, because these niggas is running up on us. These people are running up on us. These people are trying to whoop our ass. These people are trying to do all of this shit in public to try to protect their good name from being intertwined with gay. They trying to protect themselves from this, and they fucking us up. They fucking us up behind this shit, and some of this stuff is the same dudes that be fucking us at night. Same dudes that be fucking us after 12, before 6. The same ones. And they sit right up here and they say, I didn't know. I didn't know. So what I said in my last video was, get you a motherfucking pistol, keep your name clean, where you can get you a concealed weapons license, bitch, so that when they jump out on you, talking about they ain't know, bitch, you blow their motherfucking head off and tell a bitch you ain't know either, because I thought he was my friend. So you could say, bitch, I didn't know either. Boom. And if I'm ghetto, if I'm Banji, if I'm all of these things, that's just how the fuck you hoes perceive me. Or if I ain't no advocate or activist, I don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, you hoes need to understand, I don't need to be marching for you, bitch, when you dead. I don't need to be out in the street marching for your ass when your motherfucking ass is dead. Bitch, you need to be trying to protect your ass. You need to be trying to protect your going down there to that courthouse, or getting you, if you can't get no pistol, get you a blade, get you 2-3 blades, get you a knife, get you something. Protect yourself. Protect yourself. You ain't fish, bitch. And even the women gotta protect themselves. Even the women have to be protecting themselves. The women have to protect themselves. The gay men gotta protect themselves. These people crazy as fuck. Quit trying to look so deep into the messenger, bitch, and you forget the message. The message is, protect your ass. I don't need to be walking and marching for you and posting your rest in peace picture because some nigga done killed your ass out in the street or done did some shit to you, when I'm saying, and I don't need a motherfucker trying to scrutinize the shit I'm saying, when a bitch need to be protecting themselves. I'm sick of that shit. You ain't gonna never get perfect Patty with Maddie. Maddie ain't perfect Patty. T.S. Madison is Maddie. That's what she get. That's what you get. T.S. Madison, you ain't gonna get nothing no deeper, you ain't gonna get no sugar-coated nothing with that. You may turn on the video and I may be saying, fuck y'all hoe. It may happen. That's just me. You feel me? I pay my own bills. I take care of me. If you don't like nothing that I do or nothing that I say, kick rocks, haul ass, get the fuck out of here. Bye. Bitch. I ain't trying to be perfect Patty and no motherfucking all this stuff and watching the shit I say, because, you know what I'm saying, I ain't say nothing but the truth. The truth is, protect yourself. Protect yourself today so that them girls, because I ain't marching for your motherfucking ass. I ain't marching. Protect yourself today so that bitches don't have to be marching for you tomorrow. And that's all I got to motherfucker say. I just got me something to eat. I'm going home and eat my food. Bye.
Protect yourself today. There was someone in my life when I had my other YouTube channel who was a trans woman of color, and I've shared this a few times, and her name is Jahaira Del Alto, but she was known as Jahaira Balenciaga, but best known as Jahaira's Mission. And I remember I came across her channel and I did a response to it, because back in the day you could actually like post your video response in the comments, which I miss. That was back in the day when YouTube was like real and not this commercialized bullshit, monopolized bullshit now, algorithm fucked up shit. But she was an exceptional woman. I mean, she was very intelligent. Her vernacular, the words she would use, I'd be like, bitch, girl, let me look up at Google. How you do this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was into that. Like, she was giving that. She was very loving, a lot, like a mother energy to a lot of individuals. She just had a heart of gold. She went to school for so many different things in reference to humanitarianism. She learned sign language. Like, she did all she could to really reach out to other aspects of humanity that have been pushed aside, that have been ostracized and exiled because of the ignorance of other people. She lost her life a few years ago by someone who she allowed him and her wife to stay with her, to give them an opportunity to kind of just have a place, a roof over their head, some food to eat, just basic necessities. And he turned around and murdered both of Jahaira and his wife. To T.S. Madison's point, how many times can you march for a list of names that continue to grow when we also have the power and the authority and the wherewithal to change the narrative? For us to sit up here and act like it can never happen to us, oh, we're exempt, it only happens to certain people, well, I don't act like her, oh, I'm passable, oh, all these other things that we make up in our mind to kind of like exempt us from the reality of what could be. And then when it does, it gags us. But if you're going to be presented with such an extreme situation and circumstance like that, or an encounter, do not forget that you also have a right and have a choice in your protection and defense as well. There are countless YouTube videos where they will teach you where to hit a motherfucker at. You can palm strike a nigga in his nose hard enough to where a piece of cartilage from his nose can pierce his brain. You can literally punch a nigga in his throat, girl, in his trachea, whatever it's called, girl, and fuck up his air pipe. And I mean, girl, don't just do it one time, girl. Michael Myers, these niggas. You know Michael Myers stabbed multiple times, girl. You can punch a nigga into his chest, punching down into his chest with enough force, it will fuck up his heartbeat to where his heartbeat will start beating in an irregular rhythm. You can punch a nigga, I think it's in the right side underneath near his rib cage or whatever. I forgot what organ is there, but you punch that, the nigga is out. And girl, you can't go wrong with kicking a nigga in his nuts. I don't give a fuck how muscular this nigga is. I don't care how many motherfucking tactical shit this nigga know, how much this nigga's a martial artist. If you kick a male in the balls, girl, they will fall. And at this point, you again don't hit one time. You become the complete nutcracker in this bitch. You river dance all over his shit, bitch. Fuck up his future generation, girl, of him fucking with you. You can go to Family Dollar, Dollar Tree, get you a cheap ass knife, girl, a knife that will break off in a bitch. and carry a paring knife, girl. They got different sizes. Have the whole complete hood rat trap motherfucking a collection in your purse. And for those of you who do have the do have the record, to legally purchase a firearm, even if you gotta do it illegally, bitch. At this point, girl, protect thyself. Like T.S. Madison said, I'd rather be judged by a jury of 12 and carried out by 6, bitch. You have a right to live. You have a right to exist, and you have a right to be. If people don't like it, that's their own personal problem. That's their own thing they have to work out with themselves. But do not allow these people to project their hatred on you to the extent of violence, and you just take it. It's okay to be afraid, but you better transmute that fear into fucking rage and make sure you fuck them up enough to, if you don't survive the encounter, unfortunately, and they do, they'll think about it the next time they want to fuck with somebody trans or somebody queer. They used to have both of their eyes, but now they walking around like a pirate. Mateys, lives in the pineapple. I was able to walk until I became a fucking paraplegic, bitch. Now I'm over here like Teddy Pendergrass and shit. I used to have the activity of all my limbs. Now I don't know if a damn stroke happened, girl, because one side of the body fucked up. Change the narrative. Hashtag change the narrative. I don't give a fuck what anybody else interpretation of a Bible, whatever the case may be. They don't have the right to physically harm you. Now with words, girl, you have the choice on whether you let those words affect you. Because if a motherfucker talking behind your back and under their breath, them niggas not worthy of your time. But if they overstep their boundaries from verbal to physical, you lose your motherfucking mind. And I mean completely lost and found. Help them hoes to study War No More, bitch, because this is the precipice of it, girl. This is the climax of the war, girl, of the war. And know that there are people who are in the community, those outside the community, who do have awareness, who can see what's going on, and will do what they have to do to help contribute to the protection and the defense of other groups of people. But you also have to be willing to put in the work too. You have to also be willing to participate in your survival as well, because it's yours. But anyway, thank y'all for that. As in reference to coming to this live tonight. Again, I just felt inspired. Again, I'm not feeling the best, but I felt like I needed to. I was led by spirit to actually do this live. Again, shout out to T.S. Madison and Hope Giselle for their continuous wisdom, their humanitarian skills, and just walking in their truth. Like, it's okay to be free. It's okay to be free. You don't have to live your life based off of what other people think you should be doing or who you should be. Be you. Because God, source, universe, consciousness accepted your inception into this world, knowing that you have the right to be whoever you want to be. And if God has honored that before any of these motherfuckers knew you, and honors that even after you leave, the only person whose energy is important in your life is you. Because we live in a world where a lot of people are insecure, and they will do everything to put up this falsified front of how secure they are, and will try to suppress the lights of actual people who are rising. But you ain't got to be a victim, girl. That's why I like Harriet Tubman, girl. Harriet Tubman ass survived hell and went back to hell again and again and again and again to help save people. And if you look at the narrative of the Bible of of Christianity, girl. Before Christ ascended into heaven, he descended into hell. So now you have a choice. Either you can live in the hell that religion and that society ignorantly is trying to persuade you or encourage you to stay in, or you can actually take your life back and live it, because death is the only thing that's certain in this world. I would say taxes, but that's supposed to be a voluntary thing. And girl, we in the age of Aquarius, shit changing, bitch. Because how you taxing the poor people and not taxing the mega rich, girl? And they got all the money, bitch. But the only thing that's really guaranteed to you is death. And we don't know when it's going to happen. But until then, you do have a choice to live. And T.S. Madison, Hope Giselle, countless other queer individuals are making the choice to live, even though a lot of people subscribe to a word that's been interpreted to say that queer people don't have a right to live. It's the same thing about black people. They're a third of a person. So how dare they get the right to live, bitch? Because God says so, ho. If you got a motherfucking problem with that, bitch, take that up with the Lord and Savior, girl, and not with me. Try Jesus and not me, bitch, okay? Anyway, shout out to King Harold in the building. Shout out to Ron Mims in the building. Shout out to Aaron Wiles out, okay? Shout out to Queen Amber. Shout out, that was everybody. Paul Brantley, shout out to you. Shout out to everybody who was in the bushes. Shout out to the replay gang. If T.S. Madison and Hope Giselle sees this and sits through this, because, you know, BubzDaGawd is a little unique and different, thank you so much again for your wisdom. Thank you for educating me about things in reference to the trans community so that I can show up as a better human being, not just for myself, but for humanity. Okay? And for the haters and the people who are fear-based, you also have an opportunity, okay, to be educated and enlightened. Are you willing to face your fear? And if not, move the fuck out the way so the motherfuckers that do can actually do it and stop holding up space, bitch. Okay? Anyway, please like the video, because liking these videos can help this channel to grow in the algorithms. We are at 771 subscribers. We're trying to get to 1,000. We're a slow, steady climb, but bitch, we getting there, okay? And you liking the video is probably the best thing that you can do for this platform. Also, if you like the vibe over here, you like the facets and the expression of Bub's flow, okay, with it being all over the place, but still, girl, we everywhere, everything at the same time, girl, like that movie. Make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell, okay, and click all so that you can be up to date and alerted with my sporadic ass lives, because I go live whenever I feel compelled. So again, if you like that experience, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, clicking all. And if you feel compelled in your spirit to want to donate, okay, you want to use your finances to help donate to a nigga, girl, no shade, girl, because I'm taking all of my blessings, okay? You can definitely hit my Cash App at the bottom of the screen, $BubzDaGawd. Anything you send will be greatly appreciated. Girl, I'm working with the law of attraction, bitch. I'm finally starting to get a basic understanding of it now, and I'm excited about the growth, bitch. And when you put work out and you do real shit, girl, real comes back to you. So if you feel compelled, you can definitely send it, okay? And anyway, thank y'all so much for listening on tonight, and I hope that you guys enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday, okay? Until next time, everybody. Peace.
Love never dies, just choose to be born again.
forgot to play this little clip. I was supposed to play it. So if you stay toward the end, here's a little Easter egg. I ended up recording this video of T.S. Madison singing this goddamn Lil Kim, Nicki Minaj mesh type of song on this goddamn white gay club beat, girl. And the shit is the funniest shit in the world. I hope that she released this one day. But anyway, y'all gonna get this little Easter egg. Here we go.
Black Nasty and Mad Badger. Nigga back your shit you out the door. I seen you been Park House, at my sister's garage. You said it was your friend Paul's bullshit. Are you gonna keep putting up with the bullshit? Cause still I never sweat these bitches. Still be hanging like plaques and walls in the bitches. Killing these bitches, my loving is concrete. Such as you keep in the passenger state of the northern country. I've been down for so long. Still a bitch like me trying to hold on to teary-eyed. Hoes that is screaming, tell you need to leave it. When I testified in court, I couldn't think straight, think about the bitches I fought over you. Nigga have the shit you want, then fuck you. Leave it as my last resort. You see, 9 out of 10 niggas ain't shit. 1 out of 5 niggas suck a dick. You're mad at me, too bad she ain't mad as me. You should've kept the freak bitch on my canopy. Now you see, ain't no pussy long as mine, warm as mine. Ain't none of us wrong as this, cause when I was on your dick, cause life's talking around. Ah, the coach round first past the coach.